and welcome back to LCK Challenger League live from the WG Esports studio. I'm Valdez. With me is Krani Keckler. Those are the Korean commentators. And today is a Tuesday, so it's a very relaxed couple of best of threes.
It's
you know,
only the normal amount instead of an extra one.
Just the normal amounts. And I got a haircut. Chronicler recently also got a haircut
last
as well.
week. Yeah, if you watched LCK, you wouldn't know. If you don't watch
Shorter
LCK,
hair boys on the desk nowadays.
very much so. Yeah, we are cohesive as ever. I realized today that we actually spent more time with each other, and me and Valdez in particular have an unbroken streak of like 7 days already. And it's going to continue because we saw each other yesterday on our off day as well.
Yeah, we went to a great cafe.
You actually, yeah, it was really, really nice. I got some amazing, what was it, black tea cheesecake, like with blueberries. I don't know. It was really, really good.
Oh, the blackberry lemon.
No, I don't think
cake?
I didn't get the lemon one. I got the like Earl Grey,
yes,
like black tea. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
it was the same one that I had.
Well, then I was wrong. It was still delicious.
It was very good. We also drank coffee.
We did.
And we had a good time. And
some mango cheesecake as well. That was my personal favorite.
Man, sometimes I go 7 days without seeing any people. Yeah, I used to live that life. I know what that's like.
That's us in off-season. Although we do play board games.
We do.
That's like the one.
We haven't in a long time, though. There's just no time for that.
No, board games aren't real. No.
I had a nice little day off yesterday, though, and
it was good.
Now we're back.
Who is the sweet tooth in the LCK cast?
Me.
Me and Veldas, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
It's definitely not Wolf.
It's not Max either. Max doesn't like sweet stuff, actually.
No.
He only likes savory stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the two of us. And taking a look at the standings, we do see that even with the loss that they took, D+ is able to overtake KT again. Although KT today will have the opportunity to pull ahead of them if they get a 2-0 victory. Would be quite nice for them. Playoffs already locked in for anyone but T1. It literally is the same as the LCK. The teams are different.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the teams are different, but the situation where Gen.G is like, they could technically make it with a 10 difference in game score, but they're not mathematically eliminated yet.
Yeah, not yet. Could happen today, maybe if both Live Sandbox and Gen.G lose. In that case, I would imagine that there's just not enough time to make up enough wins to get to 8. As we are in week 8, it's the second to last week of Challengers and of LCK this week, so it's not a lot of time to, stake your claim on a playoff spot if you have a chance. Our first match today, Live Sandbox versus Kwangdong Freaks, is going to be interesting because both teams don't have playoffs to play for anymore. So, well, I guess maybe Live Sandbox can make it. So they're going to be trying really hard, but it does mean that we might get to see some fun stuff. Maybe some Veigar, maybe some Cho'Gath.
I do
maybe
like,
some Senna.
Yeah, I'm down for all of those. Anything that breaks us away from...
Maybe some Zac.
Veigar in particular, with how good and how highly prioritized Zeri still is, like the only champion you really don't want to play it into is Caitlyn. Caitlyn and Ashe both are, for obvious reasons, not very enjoyable, but most other ADs, Veigar, especially with his range buffs, he was already, I think, a sleeper bot laner where he was already in a position that he was good. His win rate in bot lane has been really good for quite a while. And then he got buffed for seemingly not a lot of reasons, so very excited for that. And Sandbox and Kwangdong Freaks being 8th and 9th is fairly interesting to me because it feels like Live Sandbox has had a much stronger season, but I think they have had a couple of really great series, and then on other days they just look completely lost.
Which one will we see today, Chronicler?
I don't know. I do know we'll see Ilma again, which makes me happy as a old-timey Challenger fan, because I've been, old-timey because it's been like a year.
You're a veteran. We're all just noobs
well, in Challengers, that's a long time. No heart still, no. No heart steal.
Yes, heart steal.
No, Kraken Slayer or Eclipse are fine. No heart steal.
What if they steal your heart, though?
No, still no. They won't.
Why not?
Can't steal my heart if you build heart steal. That's not how it works.
No heart steal item. Yes, stealing your heart.
That's okay.
Could happen. I bet there will be tanks in mid again. I'd say, relatively likely. It's not every day that you see tanks in mid, but is a thing, for sure.
Looking at the stats, Sandbox unsurprisingly better on the blue side, red side being the weaker side for a large part of the split with how many broken picks we've had. Hasn't really been a, oh, I counter-pick you and then we can make, no, if you get your hands on one of the OP champions, then you just generally kind of win. We saw this with Maokai earlier in the split. Still, with Ashe, maybe 13.5 finally really kills her, guys. Well, that'll be the one, right? we've been saying it. We've been saying it for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And I hope it will be the case. I hope that finally we can say goodbye to Ashe. It was fun while it lasted.
It's good to have hope, Chronicler.
I do try to, but I've been saying next patch for...
That way you can brew in your copium as nothing changes. Here's Guangdong Freaks on the other side. As you mentioned, Illima is starting here in the top lane once again. Bull still doing his on-hit bars shenanigans, but maybe today with some weird changes in the bot lane meta, we'll see something different. There's a lot of smiling faces, a lot of laughing here on the side of Guangdong, as far as I can tell, they do not have a chance to make it into playoffs, so just playing for fun here.
Just having a good time. Everyone looks pretty chill. This team has struggled before in challengers, and it was a team that was built upon their solo lanes. One of their solo lanes left and is currently tearing it up in the LCK. As we have some special guests here today for Guangdong. I know it's executives. We weren't 100% certain on which.
CEOs.
Yeah, of a Afrika and of Guangdong, which I think is really cool. Come to cheer on the young talent.
Is the Afrika CEO? Not 100% sure. You know, they're wearing the Bite It masks.
Nice.
So,
yeah,
you know, hiding their identities a little bit.
You've been working with, or you have worked a ton with Afrika in the past. Now.
Yeah.
So it makes a ton of sense.
Absolutely. Do not buy Rylai's, it makes me cry. We'll see. We'll see. Here's the key position for today's match. It is going to be the 80 carry position.
And Diablo has had great moments, and as mentioned, he's had some real lowlights as well. But that has kind of been the story for this entire Sandbox roster, and for them it makes a lot of sense because this is a full Academy roster that was just pulled up from out of nowhere, right? Like the entire previous part of the roster all spread into different directions. So these players have had moments where everything comes together, and Diablo has been a big part of that, has been one of our more exciting AD players, and as for always, we feel obliged to tell you that this guy is insanely young, and consistency generally comes with experience, of which he doesn't have a lot. Bull, though, has been around for challengers for forever. They've been playing with him even back till last year, although then he was sharing his position, has of course been the starter recently, but has been serviceable, was okay back when he still played with Minute, who now is tearing it up in, I want to say, an ERL, but it's hard to keep track of all our challenger players as they spread their wings around the world.
Is it Diablo like Rebel like Chipotle? Or is he not fancy? It's Diablo, which is like Rebel, even though I like to say Reble.
Reble.
Which is like Chipotle. So not that fancy. All right, let's get this going. Let's see what the draft looks like today.
Let's hope it's fun, though. Let's hope it's a fun draft. Both these teams, well, Guangdong actually no longer in the running, and Liv Sandbox, realistically, the chances for playoffs are minuscule, and for this roster, just seeing the curve that they've had over the last season, I think, is a big win in of itself for them. So they will respect Nefarious nonetheless. So maybe that gets those creative juices flowing. We get to have a little bit of fun.
Aesol B1, what do you think? The Aurelion Soul blind pick?
No, I don't. I want fun, Valdez. I'm not expecting insanity.
Red side Jace, Gragas, quote-unquote, flex lock-ins.
Could be the case. Those are...
Gragas is very strong. Annie is very strong. Jace, very strong.
Yeah, Annie was my main one that I was waiting for to get banned. Caitlyn is available, so can lock that in.
So pick Sejuani.
Yeah, this is challengers, and not everyone can actually pull off Kate. Even in the LCK, we saw Sandbox themselves, the main team, struggle with that. As we're not going to blind Draven.
Yes.
No.
It's a bold champion. I don't know if he wants
know.
to blind it here. Yes, he will. So Draven is the choice. What are they going to pick with the Draven is a good question.
Draven Nautilus, maybe? No,
Graggy Ice.
I like Gragas. Can be flexed multiple ways. As mentioned, doesn't give anything away. You can lock in like a Nautilus here on the next rotation if you want to go into that direction and play it very aggressive. A couple of other options, and if you are willing to kind of, I was about to say, if you're willing to sack some of your early game, but you have a mid lane with priority, could go for Veigar, you know? Playing Veigar into a short range AD carry. As long as Draven doesn't snowball, he doesn't get to play the game at all. But not going to be the case. It's going to be Xayah and Rakan, so still going to take a beating in lane, but Xayah, Rakan, and Sejuani already is a monster teamfight comp. So looking pretty good here. From the get-go for Sandbox, so picking Xayah into Gragas, I'm always like a little bit, ooh, Gragas and Lee, that's a lot of threat to the backline, because if Gragas throws one good barrel and you're forced to Featherstorm like at the start of a fight, you're not going to be super happy about it. So they're going to have to do a good job as
I think it's okay. Challenger teams, they struggle with coordination, you know.
That is definitely true.
I think it'll be easier for Diablo to just press one button compared to Kwangdong kind of
coordinating anything.
Yeah, like a bunch of different CCs into the back line through a Sejuani and Rakan. Really liking Liv Sandbox's position in the draft so far, personally. But let's see, because we've seen a lot of times that it starts off that way, and especially in Challengers, the second half is like, wait, is this like some kind of weird fever dream? Like, am I imagining some kind of different draft here? Because these, you know, second halves do not make too much sense, but these bans so far make some sense. The Renata has been going up in priority.
I really like Renata. I don't necessarily think the champion is too threatening into the comp from Sandbox, but it is definitely tough. When compared with a Draven, has a ton of early all-in power as, oh boy.
Oh yeah.
That is a ton. You need a mid laner with pressure here, but the Azira's already been down the way. So what can you get that actually has early priority here, can impact the bot side of the map? Well, Talia can have impact in sides, but she won't have the early shove, so does make, or provide an opportunity rather as, ooh, I love that. I think that's a really good adaptation. Vi has a ton of early game power and actually allows you to threaten towards the bot side of the map as well. And we already know Sejuani is perfectly fine in the top lane. Only downside now is that Kwangdong can go for a punish if they keep this Gragas in mid. Could just look to go for the Lee Ahri combo, which I'm lukewarm about.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Everybody's kind of just picking Ahri nowadays with the buffs on 13.4.
Yeah,
I didn't think they were that big, but
no, I need to ask about this as well, because the most interesting thing to me is that people keep picking it into Talia, whereas it would look to me like Talia should have a pretty decent matchup into Ahri. You of course do have the risk of being all in, and this is like a win in the first 15 minutes come from Kwangdong anyway, and I think Ahri works within that, but interesting to me to see it picked specifically into a champion that has a ton of zone control and a lot of innate safety. So if you can get to mid to late game, the Kwangdong comp is definitely going to struggle, but they should have a humongous lead going into it, because you have prio in bot, you have prio in mid early, and then top side is kind of whatever because it's top lane, so it doesn't actually matter. So you have two shoving lanes.
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it's Challenger, so I think it's hard to call. I think you're kind of on the right track though, where it's like, if this were LCK, I think we would pretty heavily favor Liv Sandbox, but again, you would have to look at the nameplates.
That-
Like, if
that's
it's
the
like a
thing.
T1 or
If
a
it's-
Gen.G playing Kwangdong's
Then
comp,
you're
then
like,
it feels
this
pretty
game is
good.
done. Yeah.
But can Kwangdong like actually get a big snowball rolling and use their lane priority well? That, I think, is going to be the first challenge we need to look at.
Yeah, and it's going to be the jungle diff that makes this for me, because we saw this very notably with Sandbox versus KT, where Sandbox had a early game comp, and then the bot lane made one mistake, which was punished by Cuz. He had like a really good early roam, and then the Caitlyn Lux lane fell behind, and then they couldn't play the game. And that's something that I'd be very, very scared for here. If you are Kwangdong, you don't make a lot of mistakes. When executed perfectly, love the Kwangdong comp. And I think they should have an early lead, but this is Challengers. So I don't know if it's enough.
This is Challengers Chronicler. Let's do it.
Nice. We're locked
We're
in now.
professionals.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
Oh man, so easy.
Figured it out. So we talked about the game a lot already. So now we have some leeway to not talk about it.
Yeah. No, I think it's a pretty comfortable spot to kind of just sit back and watch. And
Just watch it with you guys.
can
At home.
Kwangdong play out their early game comp well? Let's see. I think if Liv Sandbox make it to mid game evenly, they should win. So I especially, I've said a lot in the LCK about how Taliyah, I feel like in a lot of spots can be pretty weak, but with the insane amount of CC they already have in their composition, it feels very strong actually.
Oh yeah.
In like team fights and stuff, just everybody's got a CC on our team, so if you just set that up, a la, like Taliyah and Renekton in the past when Taliyah jungle was a thing, you just point and click stun, you shove them back, and somebody's gonna die. Somebody will die.
Really will. There's also the added difficulty for Andil trying to play this. Because, I was about to say, if they're going to actually try and run at them level 1, that'd be amazing. Although, yeah, definitely they should. Because trying to play a Kalista into a late game Taliyah can be a nuisance. That's not why you picked this Kalista. It's for this right here.
You throw a bunch of sticks at them. Yeah.
It's not too bad a trade. Guardian doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Yeah.
And we'd also have a double vision controller towards the bot side. So with Vincenzo also starting on the bottom half of the map, and pathing towards top, like Bull and Andal know that they have full control of this thing. And even if you do gank, unless it's like a really clean gank, you don't even have guaranteed that you really get anything to work out. What Vincenzo can't do though is try and loop back through river, but that will be very costly, and Courage is also pathing towards that bot side of the map. I don't think they are aware of that, so that is a risk, and if they try to 3v3, they will get pummeled pretty horribly, because it's Kalista, Draven, Lee. It's a very bad time. Oh, I would love an early gank from Courage here. Cheeky dive to start it off.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He almost just got his head taken off.
Yeah,
Here comes Courage.
Things are not looking good. This is textbook. The wave isn't that big though. And
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
they're
maybe they can.
clearing the wave really well. Yeah, they can on the next wave, but the cannon wave has already been thinned out pretty extensively. Plan B can keep healing. Yeah, I don't know if Guardian's
The
available.
feathers are really good for this.
Yeah.
There's the summoner heal, and they're just going to root underneath the turret, but it's not enough. Andil is able to tank it up, and that was pretty easy regardless. Down will go Diablo.
So it's a very clean dive both from Kwangdong, actually very nicely done, but also you can see that the kind of plan that was executed by Sandbox prevented them from getting both kills. The problem is that early trade, which if Diablo isn't this low here, they can't go for this. And very cleanly done. Andil uses the Ignite to guarantee the early aggro and then make sure that he can flash out. If Plan
I think
B
Diablo has to flash there too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I agree.
Just because Draven, if you can stay out of his short range and out of his knockback, probably going to be in a good spot. But yeah, just not able to do that. Will hold on to his flash.
And the only upside is the kill didn't go to Draven, but he's going to Kalista is about as bad with how this lane generally plays out. And Kwangdong looking good early, but we knew this. So now we can park this conversation for the next 10 minutes. Because that's what should happen. Well, that's what we're looking at.
Hackerroom69 was talking about the score of Bulls Draven. The Challengers broadcast very polite and nice. They put his point picks as 3 picks that were 1 and 2. Not his Varus and not his Draven, which are his most played picks. You know, just trying not to point that out as Ignite is used up in the top lane. Ilima is Gragas, so he's going to get a W in and should be able to hold on for dear life. And he will survive.
He's just chilling. He's not bothered by this at all. Also, this is a full tank Gragas. Do note the Grasp of the Undying being taken here, as opposed to what we have seen more recently often, which is the AP variation, which is a lot more fun. But tank Gragas, very dependable.
Chronicler, why is all of a sudden Talia in pro consideration for mid-champ?
Good question. I personally think it's a combination of the champion just having been viable like on and off for a pretty decent amount of time. Ever since her mini rework, which changed her E to be a like stun as opposed to just being damage like it was before, where it would be mines and then they would go off and you would get extra damage. So it took a lot of power out of her early game, which is why we don't really see her in the jungle anymore, unless it's like very specific D+ drafts. Canyon still likes to play it, but that's very, very rare. And because she has a decent matchup into Azir. Which is, you know, that was one of the main champions for a really long time. Still is up there.
Ooh, Ignite onto Bull here. They're going for an aggressive trade onto the Draven, as actually Andil kind of gets caught by some of those feathers in the front, but he will be okay. Here comes Courage again. And remember that this bottom lane actually, they both have their flashes, so there is potential for them to be totally fine in this one. Doesn't look like Bull and Andil actually want to get in there, so let's see though. I mean, Courage still hanging around.
Yeah, you gotta know this is coming as well as, oh god. Oh, Gucci does have his ultimate available, but he has to take very safe pathing. And there's no level 6 yet, so this should be a disaster here for the Sandbox bot lane. Oh, wait, the wave.
The wave, but it might not matter. The Charm just makes it an easy first kill onto the Rakan. And again, it's only 1 kill, but you're still chipping away at the Fabric and getting your bottom lane ahead. Unfortunately, once again, Bull does not get the kill. It goes over to Andil again.
Yeah, and that's the only good thing you can say for Sandbox, which, as far as good things go, is not really one. It's just less bad, because it's still, as you point out, Velding, it's still snowballing this bot lane. The cancel there, as going in with a grand entrance into Ahri, unfortunately, generally is not going to work. Cleaver gets that charm off, and now you have a Draven that's still snowballing 20 CS ahead and able to farm up his stacks very, very comfortably. Andil with already his Dirk finished and 2 longswords on the way, and 1.5k deficit at 7 minutes is so big. And the previous play, Vincenzo pathing towards the top side of the map is one thing, but here I think Gucci and Vincenzo need to recognize that like this dive is coming, and you need to try and cover at least a little bit, which wasn't the case, unfortunately, at all.
Is there ever a situation where your 80 carry supports get sped so much early you would swap roles? I don't believe so.
No, not particularly. Main reason is because Andil can't, I mean, he can go into a more like 80-oriented build, but he's already going lethality, right? So usually with itemization that wouldn't really be possible. Add to that Kalista here isn't really a great pick into as an 80 carry into what Sandbox have to offer. And you would also have to like sell and swap out your gold generation item, which does take a lot of time, so not really an option generally.
Vincenzo kind of just got Dragon for free, and now he's like, maybe I can get Rift Herald for free as well. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, the flex over the Charm was so clean as they 100-0 the Lee Sin. That was actually really hype. Vinny C is back here at Challengers, and that is going to be the Rift Herald going the way of Sandbox. 2 early objectives for them.
It's your boy Vinny coming in hot, getting himself the setup there. Rest of his team more than ready. And with that Rift Herald now in the pockets, that might also lead to get them an early 2 Drake lead. And the available mountains are looking pretty decent. So, Live Sandbox again, do remember, if they can get to late game, like this comp is really good. This is a full short range comp into Talia Sejuani. As I want to see a slow-mo replay of this. Man. It's a flash charm as well.
Yeah.
To reduce the amount of time he actually has to respond to it.
Yeah. It's pretty insane.
Damn.
And Talia, you know, we talked about how it's excellent with this comp, but even with just one Vi ultimate, you're going to hold down someone and they are going to get bursted. It's just bound to happen. But yeah, really sick reaction time from Vinny C. Just feels like he's slowly getting better and better. It's really cool to watch.
Really cool. I'm a big fan. I've mentioned before, the Sandbox team, what excites me most is to see what they'll do in summer. Because spring was always going to be an adjustment period for them. But in due time, this roster might contest with some of the better. As Gucci, is that a crown? Are we looking at a crown? That's not.
Please
That's
not
you
a
are.
crown.
You are the sole AP source, and you have a tank situation. You have double frontline. Please don't go crown. If it's Everfrost, I'll allow it. Okay, Everfrost into the Kwangnon comp, I'm actually on board with. As trap being set here, they know.
Uh-oh. That was a weird, really weird sound I just made.
No.
Sorry about that. Yeah, we're just not a fan.
If it's
of
Everfrost,
Crown
it's okay.
Over Roa, basically. As
No.
plan B, don't even go Roa, just go for damage. Just do damage, please.
If he goes, like, the problem is, even if you do go damage, if you go like Crown into Seraphs, into...
Oh, here we go again, another fight here. They're trying to burst down the Lee Sin, and yeah, I mean, Courage just does not get to play the game. He doesn't have merc treads or anything like that, so another 100-0 as this is a Sejuani. Can they get through Daihyut's huge health bar? It looks like probably, but they are a little bit stuck in the enemy jungle now. A bunch of... Oh, what? Okay, down goes the Feather Girl as a lot of rocks being thrown here by Guti, but he will also be taken out as Cleaver's got more than enough Spirit Rushes for that one.
Oh, that's a disaster because Bull got the cash-in there on that first kill. And even though Courage went down, it didn't really matter. They used a lot of resources. And while all of that was going on, they're just shoving in top. So we have the setup here, and Courage gets taken down. I actually cancels the Lee with his Q, which like a Lee kick with his Q, which is insane.
That's insane.
But the problem is that, as mentioned, they already get the kill. So here, if Diablo is a split second earlier and they can like try and sandwich them and use the fact that they do have their top lane there, then maybe they can get it done. But like this is very early on. Andil dies to the fact that he is still playing Kalista into, even with that flash, he's still playing Kalista into Talia, which is the worst as it is Crown.
Yeah.
I'm very sad.
Yeah, and Kwangnon Freaks are massively ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know if Live Sandbox can come back from this, especially because Guti's not going to be dealing any damage. Oh, there goes your crown.
Yeah. I would have...
Good thing he's got a stopwatch too. Zhonya's second.
So yeah. Oh god. No, he's going.
No, he's going for Seraphs, but
no, I'm not on board. I really aren't. You don't. You just, if it doesn't charge, that's fine. You just get tracked. Wait.
Okay, we're fighting. We're fighting. Illima taking a massive chunk, but yeah.
Well, Gucci's. Okay. So the bad part is Crown. The good part is this is still a fat Talia. And if he goes like full utility, he won't do damage, so it won't matter. If he goes Death Cap third and then Void, then it might still be fine, although he really wants to go Void early because obviously...
it's okay to go Crown first if this game is going to last 40 minutes.
Yes, exactly. Because on your third and fourth, you can do a spike, and ironically, I do actually think that like Crown is good into the Kwangnon comp. Like, it's relatively hard for them to proc. Like, it's not impossible, but in a lot of all-ins, you will have a ton of added safety, but it means that your spike is so far delayed. And into this composition, I don't think you can afford that. I think it's really, really big risk that you're taking. Is this... Dayak, what is going on there? Is that Abyssal Mask, or is this going to be Rod of Eight? I assume it's Abyssal, which...
Should be Abyssal, I mean.
I kind of love. Well,
There's no reason to go AP set,
well,
right?
you say that. But I wouldn't. It's challenges Feldas. Anything is possible. But it's Abyssal Mask, which kind of a big brain pick. Like you have a ton of damage, AP damage as Sejuani, and then also enable Guti. Yeah, well, the base damage at this point in the game is still relevant. Like when you finish it, I do think it's quite nice. Yeah, it obviously falls off because you should be buying actual AP items in Sejuani, but the downside is that I do think that the amount of like, I don't know how much value you got out of it, but we'll see.
Okay, here we go. They're going to find the guy on the top side. Illima is incredibly tanky, but will he survive through this? The answer is no. The teleport from Cleaver, trying to extend it, but not quite able to do too much as, yeah, doesn't matter. Even if you're Gragas, you see he goes Rod first. It's not stacked up. They can burst him down too.
And this is Illima going for kind of a hybrid build. Interesting here with the Grasp. Still going towards AP. Now this is of course a tanky variation, so we'll see what he actually ends up going past his Seraphs as Plan B.
Yeah, okay, he is going to recon his way out of there, and he's got Zion mid, so
nice.
Actually just gonna fly away.
Wait, did he actually use Rod of Ages? Okay. Well,
it's actually Rod of Ages? Okay. Well,
I mean, you know, let him, they're
let him cook?
Well, I was going to say that, but I'm like, that's already, I don't even know if that qualifies. No, maybe not.
I think it qualifies.
No, but we've said it too much. No, it is. Oh, that's 100% cooking.
It's definitely cooking. I don't think it's good, Chronicler.
No, but we always comment on how stupidly tanky. Okay, I'm gonna try and defend this a little bit. Okay. We always comment on how stupidly tanky Gragas is, right, with his W and Rod of Ages. Even if he doesn't go tank Gragas, like particularly when he finishes his Seraphs, it feels like he's kind of a tank.
Annie, you know?
Yeah, and he's another really good example. Silas, when he was really good at the beginning of the split, are all examples. And Sejuani is actually one of the few characters that can afford to go for very health-heavy builds because of Frost Armor. You get a ton of extra free resistances from that. So it means that that's the same reason why you can go Warmix first in Sejuani and have it confined as very clean gank, you know, just a free-man CC chain that Illima doesn't really get to do a lot about. By the time he gets his cast off, it's already too late, so well done there. But Rod of Ages is going to give you a ton of effective health. The downside is that, like, depending on where this itemization goes, I don't really know, like, how much actual value you're going to get over it over just going full tank, but we'll see. I'm willing to be convinced, you know, Rod of Ages is definitely busted, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those items that I think everybody took a look at the new version and they're like, well, we should probably build this on whoever possible. That's why we were getting, like, Rod of Ages Victor, Rod of Ages, all these different AP mids, right? So why not build it onto someone who can then just go like a, you know, tanky bruiser AP in the top lane? That would be pretty interesting. We'll see how it turns out.
They're going in?
Yeah, this is quite interesting. Okay, there is the engagement, Fate's Call. You know, like I've said in the LCK broadcast, just a better version of Tahm Kench. That's okay, they're going to throw that in. Did a nice chunk of damage, Chronicler. He's got that AP from the Rod. It's only got 2 stacks. But hey, what do you know? Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Bull is completely fine thanks to the Fate's Call. Nicely done. Bull is also sitting on 2 items. He has IE and Essence Reaver, which is nuts and not fun to play into at all. But I also don't think that Kwangdong right now are really, like, they're not hitting critical mass just yet. They need to get this dragon. I don't know, like, going for mid is fine. But there is some hard engagement.
Illima. Oh man, you got to be so close when you get close to this composition. As now they're going to find Bull finally on the backside here. Vincenzo very low. He will be taken out by the backside of the orb as Cleaver's just barely able to shy that up. But yeah, 29.
29 health. No, you know it's the Observer for Challengers. But this means Drake goes to Sandbox. That's huge.
Yeah, they're in a great spot
now. Like, that's so big. That's incredible. Like, I really can't overstate how valuable it is to pick this up here. Because it allows you to... Oh, that's a Amazon. He's going to be flying this for it, isn't it? Oh, Gucci, no.
Excellent.
Well, you know what?
Only live.
It doesn't matter because he's getting he's getting Infernal Drakes. So he's getting all the offensive stats he needs,
And
Valdez.
guess what? It's percentage-based based off of your AP.
Yeah.
So the more you have, the
And
more
what,
you get.
What is the
but
most
if you don't have a lot,
insane to me is that... No, I don't. What's insane to me is that they go and engage into two separate directions and it works, right? Like, they kill both Ilima on one end because Ilima oversteps and is too far forward, but then they also are able to shut down Bull, which means a ton of stacks are gone, as that's crown value, baby.
crown value gets kicked a little bit in there. Guti in a bit of trouble. He is quite tanky. I mean, you got to give it to him. He's got a stopwatch. Can he actually survive? Yes, he will. Even the Bomba not able to get in there. And Guti makes me eat my word. Oh, never mind. Cursed him. And that's a nice little cash in for Bull.
Well, he didn't have any stacks because he died just now.
Oh.
Yeah. Very sad for Drake
Never mind.
fans all across the world. But you'll
Still
take
a
it.
kill. Still a kill.
Still a kill, still big.
300 gold, you know?
Yeah, they're up 4K, but this is Challenger, so I'm not feeling good for Kwangdong at all. I think you need like a 10K gold lead. As Undil forced a flash, but he doesn't care because he's one job in team fights, which is press R. That's it, Valdez.
Yeah, I mean, he's better time.
That's the whole job. We joke about crown value, but this is like both well played from Gucci and then also the Seraph's crown combo actually keeping him alive for a really long time. I can't believe this cast doesn't hit. And then Bull, the problem here for Gucci is like he has to path upwards there, and then he doesn't know where Bull is, right? So
He got 193
that's not too bad.
and 50 and 450, I think.
Because this is shutdown as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice for Bull.
Decent chunk. He's got a last whisper now.
I mean, you need 20K? No, like the Kwangdong comp isn't that bad. Like, I don't think it scales well compared to Sandbox, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you're ahead enough, you can kind of just press your buttons and
yeah,
roll over
Draven
them, you know?
late, right? Like with a fed Ari as well. I don't think it's too bad. As we are finally gonna get the turret. Nice.
If there is still a Nexus, it can always be defined in an Elder flip. Bellatrix gets it. I mean, it's challengers, right? And we're pretty far away from Elder, by the way.
Very,
so.
yes. Which is good. That means the weather conditions are lining up.
It's true. It's getting very hot on the Rift.
Sandbox should be taking it easy. What they're doing is posturing for a fight. Maybe wait till Diablo has quick blades?
Nah. They
just play a little bit safer.
As a team, they probably should wait until later on in the game, especially because they already got that one Infernal Drake, but this is challengers. Just press your buttons. Find enemy champion, attack enemy champion.
Kill enemy champion.
Kill enemy champion. They do have a ridiculous amount of CC. We shall see if it works.
Oh, this is an elaborate bait. Everyone's here in case they do decide to dive, which they don't, which is good. Good on you, Kwangdong. Don't do that. Don't need to. Let's set up for Dragon. Let's take it easy.
Just chill out, you know.
Hey, Costas, I thought I would let you know I now have a family with 2 children, ages 2 and 5. Really making the most of my life in between the games.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't think it is, but if it is, good for you. That sounds very wholesome.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
if
great.
that's what you want to roleplay, or if it's real, sure.
Either works.
Why not? Cool. Okay. Well.
We have Lord Dominic's finished. We have Quick Blades finished. Full item up is Bull.
Hey, no, there's a dagger in the inventory of Diablo, so it's not a full item.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy being technically correct.
Yeah,
Valdez.
It's the best kind of correct. Rod just finished there for Ilima. It's not yet ready for Daiho.
Moving forward, the trap. It's being set up. Oh, that's an early ult. That's very valuable.
Yeah.
Nice force.
Yeah,
Got Prio in mid.
Yeah.
How is this happening? How are they allowed to get Prio in mid?
I don't know.
They're 5K gold behind.
Well, Ilima is split pushing as tank Gragas. Well, I say tank. AP Gragas. He is actually just full AP. So they're just going to do Baron instead. That's all you got to do. And they do have a lot of damage with that AP Gragas and the very fed Draven. As in they go. Liv Sandbox not going to let this happen. Vinny C is behind the pit. As Goody just going to wall on over.
Just let this go. Yeah, just go for Dragon. As long as they don't do the objective, you're fine. Just keep them off the Baron.
They do kick them off the Baron, but Kwangdong are doing a very good job of saying, we are going to do the Baron. It's happening, okay? Regardless of if you want it to happen or not.
Oh, this is risky. Yeah, I don't think they actually want to. Because now Sandbox can just use their mid prio. The turn is ready. They don't know!
They don't know. They do not know as, okay, Guard's just gonna get out of there. As now the engage comes out on that front line. That's all you gotta do. Find a squishy target, press your buttons, and someone will die. Doesn't matter what the gold score is. They have enough damage, and now it's gonna be Courage who is next. They fight this 5v4, and there's not really much that Kwangdong Priest can do about it. Ondil's fed, Bull is fed, but they don't have a front line really anymore as the Featherstorm does come out. Diablo is, yeah, kind of going in without his team as a really nice knockup comes in from Plan B, and we do get the Bomba, but who cares? Illima's all alone, and now that means the Liv Sandbox can take this objective.
Look at that Rod of Ages Sejuani damage.
It's the real carry.
No, the real carry is Plan B. Man, that guy's Rakan is crazy good. Has been doing an expert job. It starts off so poorly for Sandbox because Vincenzo doesn't actually hit the flash Q. So Courage, like if he hits that, Courage is dead because there's no opportunity to flash the CC chain. But then Plan B. That's a CC chain. That's the reason why this setup, this iteration of the Talia is working a lot better. We're really seeing that the champion, I like her a little bit too much. Velgus is not a fan. In the right situation. It's actually very cool. You commented on it earlier because now Kwangdong just get caught off guard. And the big problem for Kwangdong here was that with how long they were around the Baron, they really gave ample opportunity for Sandbox to set up this play. Because if you're not fighting a straight front to back, I do think you really struggle. Like if Bull or Ondil get, like if anyone gets locked down into a Vi and Sejuani and Talia and Rakan, like you're dead. Like you're not going to be able to do anything. So Kwangdong's comp is best when they either have full control of an area, which they kind of gave up there, and instead of, I think, doing the or staying around the Baron area is fine, but they had to actually retake control. And then not having someone check for flanks and have full awareness of who was where was a really big problem. It's one of the reasons why you have Ilima, right? Like Ilima, you need to send him in to do some spot checks and make sure that you always know where Rakan and Vi in particular are. Because the Sejuani engage is like, you can get away from that. Like you can flash, you can sidestep. But Rakan and Vi, you need to know. And Ilima and his crew getting caught off guard there. I think that's the game-breaking point, Veldas. I don't think you come back from that with Kwangdong.
I think that this is a perfect comp for challengers.
The Sandbox one.
Yeah, you've got your 80 carry who has a get-out-of-jail-free card, essentially. It's Aya, you press Featherstorm. You have insane amounts of somewhat point-and-click CC, right? At least one with the buy, and then you have insane amounts of follow-up CC. And it's kind of like the old, like, you know, Malphite Galio compositions where you just kind of press your buttons and everybody goes in at the same time. It's very easy to coordinate it. Even as a challenger team, it doesn't matter. You're gonna, if you are a League of Legends player that is gold or above, you're probably gonna be able to hit those spells, right? So they do that, and it's very clean. With Sandbox, you know, they've done a good job outside of that, outside of the composition. I think their ward clearing and their map control has been a lot better than Kwangdong, who look a little bit, you know, lost.
I'm also super happy to see Dio going for tank. I was actually worried he was going to go, like, actually AP heavy, but he went Roa, which, again,
just quick level 16, you know?
Yeah, well, it's a great item. And then now he's just going full tank. Like, he just finished his Force of Nature. He went for his Sunfire as well. And as mentioned, the amount of extra health you get for Sejuani is so impactful as long as your Frost Armor is up. Also, Guti actually building damage. That's a Shadow Flame. That's great. So I'm very happy with Sandbox here in this game. Yeah, the early game was rough, as it should be, but look, Sedge doesn't care.
Yeah, very tanky. Gets all that extra health from the Catalyst, from the Roa stacks, all that fun stuff. You're casting a lot in the fights as well, so you can get value from that. Seems pretty cool. And now they're very ahead. They have the Baron here, or they did. They don't anymore. But they're still pushing. Just throwing on a nice little wall, cheeky little one, just right in front of Kwangdong. As you can see, Kwangdong, they're getting a little bit feisty. They're trying to force a fight here, but they're not quite able to. So Liv Sandbox just back away. Just waiting for that Infernal Drake.
Now what do you do as Kwangdong? You got one opportunity, and that is a big cast or kick onto Gucci. And you blow him up, and then you just hope that Diablo doesn't hard carry the fight.
Just skill for the Elder Flip, I think.
Like, Elder Flip is at fastest 6.5 minutes away. There is no shot that you win a team fight against the Sandbox comp once Gucci finishes. Well, I guess he's not going Death Cap, so that's a little disappointing.
You could maybe get lucky on the Elder Flip.
That is true. Yeah, but you should be able to approach. Just what I'm saying.
You know, like
just get lucky.
Have like a just get lucky.
Well, it is challengers, so.
Well, look at that. Your get out of jail free card. There it is. And now they just turn on to Courage, and down he will go. The rest of the team is just abandoning him. They're like, "Yep,
nope.
or that guy. We don't know that guy. We don't know who that is. We're just gonna run away." And that is now Courage down. So Liv Sandbox probably just going to push out the lanes, get the Infernal Drake back, perhaps, or maybe just go straight to Baron. Probably that.
Hey, Costas, my thesis supervisor was ghosting me. That's generally not great, but I do know that a lot of academics can be excruciatingly busy, so they might have just genuinely not have seen it. And you want to just keep trying because, you know, you can't really finish your thesis without it. So just keep going. As long as you stay polite, they don't really have a reason to be upset at you. I never had the issue. My thesis supervisor was delightful, but I've heard some pretty rough stories.
Uh-oh. Hide on Bush. Oh, Car's just going to walk right in front of that. And now Diablo, he doesn't have Featherstorm anymore. What's going on there? As they run straight into the Draven axes, that's going to be a second one. Kwangdong, they get lucky. They find the angle. As now there is a bunch of damage coming out here from Gucci in the buy, I guess, but it's a 5v2. As now it's not going to be quite the Penta. Kwangdong freaks are making it happen. The Quadra for Bull.
This is the most challenger thing I've ever seen, Valdez. They
what did I
won the
say?
game.
Just get lucky.
Just get lucky, forehead. Oh, I love challengers, Valdez. it's so perfect. We knew this could happen. We knew it could. You know what the best part is? Kwangdong haven't even actually won the game yet.
It's not over yet.
No, because they get soul point here as. If you're wondering what goes wrong here, the ult is caught by Courage, and they don't have Featherstorm. So Diablo that was one order. There's one order from Bull that did 635 damage. Very sad, but definitely completely sandwiched. Like 100% why? You have Featherstorm, you can go for the play every time. But Diablo maybe thought he had it, and then he died. And this is what experience gets you, chat. As they'll obviously lose this. Well, a lack of experience. Like what I mean is, if you're a more experienced player and you're Diablo, you're like, guys, I can't walk forward because I don't have Featherstorm.
Yeah, how old is Diablo again? 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
And I want to remind everyone, if you're mean to our challenger players, which I'm not seeing any, everyone's fine.
There were some.
There's a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit. I just want to keep it positive, friends, or you might get a quick timeout.
We'll give you a warning, and then if
you get one warning.
Continue doing it, then you will.
Yep.
But
so.
Yeah, and the game is not over.
Oh no! If you think Kwangdong won now, like, oh no, no, it's not. No, that's not
he's
how this
15.
works.
Yes, actually 15 years old.
Yeah. I'm probably jinxing, but I think Sandbox is no. They can be. Like, did you not? Literally, if you're like, no, Kwangdong now won. Like, did you not witness what just happened? What makes you think that these teams are suddenly going to be consistent? They're not. That's the beauty of it. Just enjoy the ride. You don't go into a roller coaster and then like, man, That went up and down a bunch of times.
Why is this moving me around so much?
Why is it so fast?
It really threw me
What's
for a loop
happening?
there.
Why is it? I thought it was
strange.
I thought this was a nice, straight, and easy going from A to B. No, that's not what this is.
Yeah, you if you want that, just watch T1 play on Thursday, I think it is. In the LCK. Then you'll get a pretty straightforward experience.
That's a straightforward, honest game of League of Legends.
Very different.
This is the carnival.
Yeah.
This is the circus. This is the mayhem.
Now, we say the game isn't over, but Kwangdong did put themselves in a pretty nice spot here. Now, I don't know if they're ahead.
No,
it's very hard to say
matter.
whether they're ahead or not at this point. They do have the 2 Infernals, which I think is really going to help them, but it's really just, okay, Angel's is dead. Down he goes, and down will go Bull. And that's the end of that bot lane, but a massive wombo combo in the front. Cleaver cleaving away at this front line as now it's a couple of mid laners going head to head. Gucci against Cleaver in terms of the majority of the damage, but remember, Ilima is also AP as in goes Courage, but a nice stopwatch as they've got some time, but he just puts himself in position to get 100-0, and down he goes. Kwangdong Freaks may have just done it.
I don't know if they have the time. They will be able to get the inhibitor here, but they don't have Baron buff anymore. So this is a very small wave. Plan B is up in 10 seconds. And because that fight ran so long, I don't think they can end. They can definitely get the inhib, which should set them up, but they seem to be making the same call. And the game is still not over, Valdez.
It's not over till it's over.
Okay, Foxmillion, you didn't get it. You didn't get it?
Yeah, he didn't get it. Just
you don't get it. Boom. No, it's a timeout. It's a timeout.
You gave him a 10-second timeout.
Wait, no, it's supposed to be a 10-minute timeout.
Krangler, stop being so nice.
I didn't mean to be. I wanted to be meaner.
What do you think about this?
So this setup is great. They kill Bull, even though he trades, but then Ilima actually going in big, right? Like he knocks 2 people into his cast, hits a 3-man cast in general. So now all the damage is gone. Because Gucci's damage here from both sides, but Lee and Gragas' damage at this point is fine, right? Like if it's these long, elongated fights, you'll be fine. So Ilima coming up huge there, because that was you know, he might have looked like a tank, but like look at those items. Look at that man.
Look at that thick boy in the top lane.
I'm so happy Ilima's back, man.
Yeah, oh, he's great. I thought he was kind of leaving his team out to dry a little bit in the mid game, but he's here for the late game, that's for sure. As now we're just trying to kill Courage. Just trying to kill Courage. It's not quite working out as well as it did in the mid game, did it?
Ilima.
Okay, Charm is in. Ilima is not going to hit it, but he forces out the Featherstorm. He is now maybe dead. Okay, really nice flash is going to get him into position. Cleaver has to go in, but then back out. Vincenzo, a massive chunk.
And nothing happens.
And nothing happens.
They are pushing in here, so you can definitely get this turret if you're Kwangdong, but they see the dragon spawn timer, and this is possible soul for them. Liv Sandbox need to hurry over there, because if you do lose Infernal Soul to this Kwangdong comp, you lose a lot of your innate advantage as, man, the myth, the legend, Ilima on the Gragas, as, yeah, Courage is actually very tanky, like, and there isn't a lot of follow-up damage here.
He's level 16 too.
Yeah.
You know?
And then crucially, Cleaver is zoning, then the ultimate comes in, and the main thing it does is force a Featherstorm, which as a result, there isn't a lot of playmaking potential anymore for Diablo. Ilima does have to flash, because if he gets knocked up, he will still die. And okay, never mind, that's just the Elder, or the Soul. It's just Infernal Soul.
Just a Draven with Infernal Soul.
Oh yeah, no biggie.
Deal.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Well.
We still don't know.
Again, game is not over. Bull could get 100-0 before he hits a single axe.
Ilima has 690 AP damage.
Yeah, I think those triple Infernals
Ooh.
are helping him.
Okay, so Diak went for an FMAS but put it on Bull, which means that it's not going to help him at all in his 1v1 with Ilima. So Ilima actually should have a big lead there, because if you do put an FMAS on Ilima, I don't think he gets for you with the amount of MR you have and his complete lack of Magic Pan. But now you're putting it on Bull, which is great if you ever get on top of him with Diak. Don't know if that's going to be the case. Diak does have his teleport available. What a beautiful challenge game.
But this is just
it's perfect.
challengers. 8th
We
place
still don't
versus
know who's
9th
going
place.
to win.
We're really getting down and dirty with this one. I'm really enjoying this experience, actually, personally.
This is
as
great.
a caster.
Yeah, this is
You
just what you
never
want.
know. It's sometimes, to be honest, guys, we're casting LCK. It's like
We know.
25 minutes in. Okay, this Baron is just gonna disappear. As you know, is trying to point out, but Vincenzo's here. Vinny C looking for the play. He's just gonna get charmed and can't do anything, but they turn here onto the Ahri as down goes
That's
Cleaver
one.
immediately. As okay, Kwangdong really want to fight this 4v5, I guess, as the ult goes into Illima. That's not what you want as, oh God, Plan B, where did he go? These axes are just doing so much damage as Bull will not go down. Even Daya can't get on top of him. The lifesteal is massive for him as well.
That's
and
gonna
that
be
will be the end of it. Kwangdong Freaks finally get the job done, as it did take 3 big teamfight wins, but they made it happen, Chronicler.
Oh, and it all starts with that mid lane play from Sandbox. My only question is, like, I feel like I should be voting for Bull, but a part of me wants to vote for Illimer. His
I
mid-game
don't know.
team fights,
Yeah.
right? It's tough.
I'm gonna vote for Bull.
Yeah, Bull's gonna get it.
Yeah,
I'm aware of that.
I'm gonna join the.
There's no
I'm gonna
public.
join the crew. you
There's
know?
no public voting, so I'm gonna go with Illimer. I think he deserves a
All
shout
right,
out.
There you go. All right.
Wow.
There's one ban. This job. All right, guys. Well, that was a very fun back and forth game. I very much enjoyed this. Even this last team fight, you never really knew.
We didn't know. The main issue here, of course, is that they throw their damage into not Draven. They don't have a choice because Draven is getting protected by everyone else.
That ult hitting
Yeah.
Illima is big.
Yeah, if that hits Bull, they probably win. Also, Diablo actually not hitting anyone because of the flash. If he hits his feathers, they might actually win this fight. Like if he hits his feathers on Bull, but Bull's positioning is fine. Really cool game. Yeah, mid-game macro we're not going to talk about because it's challengers. But
Yeah,
sometimes
you
you
know,
just
like-
want to see a lot of explosions. And that's, look at that. It's like,
Excellent.
oh, they lost, and then they won, and then they lost again.
Yeah. And they were fine even like after 20 minutes, a couple of big team fights that they won, but like the gold swing wasn't huge. Liv Sandbox was still making things happen, but just
great
one
game.
mistake in the mid lane was all it took for the triple Infernal Draven and AP Gragas to really take over the game.
Can the public come to challenge games? Yes, you can. You can actually just watch them
Yes, you
in
can.
the cinema where they are held. You can see the players, and generally there's
can watch on the big
tickets
screen.
available. It's super cool. They'll love having you there. You know, the more support for challengers, the better. There was no Kate. No, Kate was not contested here.
No pick at all.
No, and I do think that Caitlyn is a champion that's very specific on mastery, and actually, if you're not certain in challengers, you don't. Even like bottom tier LCK teams, like the bottom half the time I'm like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't pick Caitlyn.
I mean, Karma and Varus were both banned too.
Yeah.
And Heimerdinger, like, in LCK, that would have been snatched up V1 100% of the
100%.
time. But not here. Not here. And we cannot escape Bull picking up the POG.
No,
Had
he
a
earned it.
fantastic Draven
fantastic
game.
game.
You know what? He baited Diablo excellently into that fight in the mid lane. So you know
yeah.
what? Actually, this was all Bull. I
All
voted for
Bull.
Bull. The Bull damage. And yeah.
All bull, no breaks.
Yeah.
The beauty of Draven is that when things go right, you can just take over a game like that. It's why Bull keeps picking it, and even though it doesn't always work out, games like this is why if you're a Draven player, you're like, yeah. And then maybe you go 0-12 in the next game, you know? We don't talk about those games. Sandbox was winning, then I left to drink a cup of coffee, and when I checked Kwangdong, yeah.
That's why you gotta
Challengers
drink
at
your
its
coffee
finest.
at the challengers.
Perfect. If you watch a certain amount of the Challenger stream, you get a personal chauffeur to take you to watch. Not as far as I'm aware. But
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
Anyway, guys, that was game one. I'm sure we have a lot more excitement in store after that one. We'll be right back.
파란 팀의 포탑이 파괴되었습니다. 마무리.
Oh, and welcome back to Challenger League. I am still Valdez. That is still the Keckler. And
We're just
that game number 1 was really awesome.
every day we decay more and more from my actual name. We've got the chronic.
Soon you'll just be Keck. Just be pretty straightforward. It'll be much easier to say.
Hey, it's Valdez and Keck.
Yeah.
I love that game. That's
Who's
to me
gonna win
was
game 2? There's no way
no
to
idea.
know. Absolutely.
If you're coming in
Comps
chat,
don't matter.
no,
The first 30 minutes
No.
sometimes don't matter.
you come in and you're like, hey, casters. So we have these teams. Who's gonna win? And I tell you, I don't know. They lock in a draft, and you ask me, casters,
Especially in this matchup.
who's going to win? And I tell you, I don't know. You know, I'm seeing a 10K gold lead 10 minutes in. I'm saying, I don't know. That's challengers, baby. You never know.
That's Challengers, baby.
You can't possibly know. It's perfect.
I've got to
Just watch, don't ask. Exactly.
Textbook? That is like
Textbook.
actually my nightmare.
Really?
I hate writing
Oh,
so
I
much.
loved writing, man.
Yeah, I mean, you could
Yeah,
probably
okay.
write that textbook very easily.
Yeah.
For me, I would suffer. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I probably might even drop the class before I did it.
No, I
I
actually
could not handle that.
took as many classes that didn't have exams but had essays instead. Essays or theses or papers. Love it.
It's the exact opposite of
So
me.
much. Oh my god. Yeah, I hate learning stuff, but I love writing stuff. Gonna write a textbook on
Well-
how to fumble. Well, I can do that in don't you worry, I can do that in a sentence and a half. Spoiler alert.
Environmental
revolves around
sustainability
Baron.
in esports. There you go.
Well, that's not going to be great because we don't really collectively care that much. Which makes me very sad. So I prefer to avoid the topic.
Nice. All right. Live Sandbox chose blue side.
Good choice.
They're going to ban Draven. Also a good choice, I'd say. Just given the way game 1 went, I'm like, nah, just
nah,
nah.
Don't give in.
No thanks.
I agree. You don't want to write an 8. I actually did write that paper on the Fall of the Roman Empire. It was my history final. Very fun. Very interesting topic. Do you guys get to catch up on CL games from LCK? No, we don't.
No.
Well, we could. Theoretically, we could watch the VODs, but I think I speak for all the LCK casters when I say no. We do. We do not.
We don't. Yeah. Nobody's ripping out the keyboard. I don't know what that sound is. It just happens from time to time.
It just happens every now and then.
It's
Maybe you
just
can
a
turn
thing.
it into another do-do-do-do.
Well, if only we could hear it.
Well, we can't.
The chat could let it.
The
Yeah.
chat can.
So Varus doesn't get banned because it was banned in the place that Draven got banned.
So you pick it here so that Bull doesn't get his 2 most comfortable picks, and Varus is still great. And if they go, I don't know about that. I don't think you want to play against Varus Karma with Heimer not available. Is this even live? No, Prince Hover.
No,
it is
it's
not.
a rebroadcast from
It's
2025.
fake. This is the new LCK after LCK has moved out of Lore Park and into a different cinema. And you know none of these players because they're all from the future. Yeah.
Pick Prio is a lie. There's only Ultra Comfort. Yeah, pretty much.
Suggesting Chronicler watch old LCK Academy series VODs with players like Zero only to like Roto back in the trainee days. He said no. Yes, Kevin Kim, because I'm already ingesting a higher than my daily recommended dosage of League of Legends.
Yeah, you're at like 600% actually.
It's
I'd
bad,
say.
yeah. Yeah.
A little Aphelios Thresh action never hurt anyone.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. You can do Aphelios Blitzcrank.
Aphelios Nautilus? I mean,
Well, that's the classic combo. And I think
Sure.
Nautilus Sejuani is great. I just love
I like
love
Thresh
Blitz.
more.
Then so I like Fresh more than Nautilus, but I like Blitzcrank more than both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blitzcrank?
Blitzcrank. I think Blitzcrank.
Against Gragas?
Into Gragas, but into Fresh and Karma, it's
Guangdong
really
are
good.
going to win again because they got Gragas. Gragas is OP. Remember when I had my little rant on Silas and then he immediately fell off and nobody started winning with him? Yeah, my new thing is Gragas.
This
He's
is your new.
insanely OP. You can't kill him. You can't get through him.
No.
He has 1,000,000 CCs.
He has damage.
He has a lot of damage
He has
because you can just go
displacement.
AP and you're still
Look
tanky.
at that ban.
He goes with anything.
Sandbox
You
knows.
force out Yasuo bans.
You can draft him in like 3 different roles.
Yeah, he's flexible.
Easy and tough questions.
He's not even that difficult to play.
Who wins LCK? T1 probably. It's the most that's the easy answer. T Plus or Gen.G are like the I'm edgy answer. T1 seems the most obvious.
Did you know in League lore casters, Gragas likes to drink?
Huh.
Oh, I thought he was just drinking grape juice.
Well, I
Weird.
mean, he can in some skins.
Okay.
Vi is still available.
Here comes Vi.
Yes, she is here again. Guangdong is just going to keep picking dive bombs, aren't they? Just never going to let that go. Who's the edgiest LCK caster?
Not playing League and just watching pro play was safe, but then the last World's Finals came around and I cried for the...
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolf is the edgiest for sure.
Definitely. I'm the least edgy.
Yeah. I'm probably second most. I don't know.
I don't think
Atlas?
you're very... Atlas,
I don't
it
know.
really... neither you or Atlas
I
are
feel like
edgy,
I say
think.
things that are edgy as a joke.
Yeah, but you're not actually
But it's
edgy.
not actually...
No.
I'm not actually edgy.
Hello from the middle of nowhere. Hello
Max
from
is
Seoul.
more edgy.
Yes. But it
Guess so.
depends.
Probably.
I think he is, but not on the LCK cast. On the Challengers cast, a little bit more of edgy Max comes out.
Okay. Jax saved for the counter pick in top.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I like the... You're not... Here you go Gragas top, and then you go Kali mid. No? You're diving. Anyway, you might as well.
Wait, why? Oh, you know what they should do is, yeah, just make Ilima play Akali. That way you don't get the Cassante into Gragas matchup.
True. I like the sandbox comp a lot more. Because I think that late game, Aphelios just kills everyone, which probably means that Kwangdong's going to win. Because I think Kwangdong will have Prio in bot. I don't think they'll have Prio in mid. I don't think they'll have Prio in top side, but top doesn't matter, so we can disregard that. So that means that you have the ability for Sandbox to roam and play aggressively with Sejuani and Silas, which is kind of nuts. And then you can snowball your Aphelios, and then you can win the game. But that's probably not what's going to happen, so I don't know why I'm saying any of this.
Hey, you know, it's good to lay the groundwork, you know, of the basic facts of what we've got here in front of us. Doesn't mean that it has to happen, but hey, you never know. I'm very curious about this game number 2. Will it look like game number 1, or will Liv Sandbox be able to play a cleaner game? There was some discussion in the chat about Aphelios into all of this hard engage, which generally he can like, but I don't know. I feel like he can struggle with the Kali specifically because she's very slippery, so like a different kind of hard engage. And then you do have like Varus and Karma, although we know that Bull is going to play on hit, so he's going to be in range of the Aphelios.
I
that's not going to be good.
think the Nautilus helps a lot, because as soon as a Kali comes in, even through Shroud, you can go and alter, right? As soon as you have it ready. And that to me is really the big deciding factor, because if you hit any CC, the Sandbox comp is amazing again. Now comps don't matter, because as we saw last game, Sandbox just made one big mistake.
Could happen, Chronicler. Let's get into game number 2.
까지 30초 남았습니다.
So, is Vi enough to
Atlas, you only put 3. You got to put in 4. What are you doing? What are you even doing? Why are you even here? Go rest.
Yeah, you should not be here.
You know what? You know what? Chronicler and I did yesterday. We went to a cafe
together.
Well,
not originally together.
We went outside. The weather, it's like 19 degrees today.
Oh,
go outdoors. Oh no, Diablo. Oh no. Oh boy.
They could, I mean, they didn't want to invest their sums early.
We were with...
You guys aren't as dedicated as I am. Giga chatless. Oh my god.
Giga chatless. Please time out Atlas for 24 hours so he can't chat. No, don't actually do that.
No. Yeah, this is a disaster.
We're also with our significant others, for people who were curious. It was a very fun time.
It was great.
It was very enjoyable to breathe in some fresh air, you know, and not only breathe in the hopium and copium from League of Legends broadcasts. Was it a date? I guess a double date of sorts?
Yeah. Impromptu double date.
Yeah, it was very much impromptu. We were just like, oh, we're in the area. Want to meet up? Sure. Okay, cool.
Fun. Nice. Brendan told me, you have to try this cake. And then I went over, and it was great.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
That was it. That's the whole story.
And we lived happily ever after.
Sure.
I'm just trying to confuse the chat even more. Yeah, see, there you go. So we did have, I think it was Diablo, he missed a little bit of XP in the bottom lane after having to flash.
Yeah.
So this bottom lane is totally, it's just over. Because also, I mean, Vincenzo, Vinny C, we know how good he is, but like, is he going to be able to get down here and stop a dive? Perhaps. Is that going to help them? A little bit.
Oh, the amount of, the CS. Oh, it's a disaster.
You know, just had to do him like that.
So the stuff you see in anime does happen IRL, very rarely, and generally not to those who watch too much anime. I say jokingly, actually. Me and my fiance watch anime all the time. It's very fun. I haven't gotten Valdez to try it yet. That's my white whale.
An anime series before, yes?
Yes, you have. It's over. That means Sandbox is going to win, right? Well, yes. That's a challenger veteran right there.
Yeah, the Enunciator knows.
He does.
I mean, anything's possible.
This does, after game 1, this does feel like a free gamer to me.
It does.
It does not feel like a quick 2-0 nothing to see here.
But, you know, our feelings are not always...
they're often wrong.
Oh, Diablo had to back at level 2. Again. And they saw it So
Yeah, they're gonna hard shove. And
Or
then
they
the
can
wave,
just-
and then the wave is gonna bounce.
or they can just slow push.
I mean, I kind
deny some CS.
of like the hard shove into bounds personally, because
Yeah.
then you actually, because they're so far behind that if you hard shove here, like they're actually not going to be able to like to do anything.
Oh no! Now some people in the chat are gonna ship us.
Yeah, that's the reality of the internet. That's been happening since like 2 years
It already
ago.
happened.
I don't want to go into that
Someone-
direction of the conversation, fellas. That's a
Yeah.
dark world.
All right, we're not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't
We
give it
already
more
did
attention.
since forever. Oh no. We're talking about One Piece, right?
I haven't seen One Piece. It's too long. I don't want to. I
Yeah.
don't want to invest.
You know
that
what
much
else is
time.
too long? Any anime?
No, they're usually like between 12 and 25 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. 25 episodes. Imagine sitting down and watching 25 episodes of one show.
How much episodes were in the 2 seasons of White Lotus, Brendan?
6 in the first one and 7 in the second one, and I didn't even finish it yet.
Okay, but how long is each episode?
Like 50 minutes.
Exactly,
on
that's
average.
2 anime episodes. So 1 season of your show is like 1 season of an anime.
That's no, I refuse to accept
That
that
is
as reality.
that's the truth, though. That's
I can't handle the truth,
that's
chronicler.
you will handle the truth, Valdez.
I can. All right. Well, we got some trading everywhere. Elma's just gonna flash because Giga Chad. Why not? He doesn't need that.
Yeah, Dayak would have killed him with his ultimate, so he had to peace out.
No, he just didn't need it. We also had some skirmishing in mid.
Imagine sitting down and playing World of Warcraft for 100+ hours. Hey, don't go calling out Valdez here now.
Yeah, wouldn't be me, haha. I
Oh,
played for over 1,000
Yeah, I was
hours.
about.
Like,
You
it's like
probably
a lot more
no,
than
not
100
even
plus.
1,000, man. You're
Yeah,
talking.
it's a lot more. Yeah.
You're talking
I
tens.
think my first account had over 1,000 days played.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's a lot of time.
How do the casters feel about the Sandbox main team? Well, I love them, but I do think that they are looking like clearly the. I think Nongshim doomed them. I think that they were a team that was overperforming a little, but I think they could have been like fifth or fourth, depending on how everything went. But then that
They lost
Nongshim
their mojo.
series, yeah, it's gone. It's gone, and I don't think it's coming back.
Willer's trying really hard to keep
really
spirits
is.
high, but I'm not sure it's
No.
going to matter. Is Bull playing Lethality Varus?
집중하세요.
Good for him.
Look at this guy.
I love that.
Okay, we got a little 3v3 here. As Diablo, he does hit Andil. Andil's taking a lot of damage. Now they've changed their target onto Courage, who is going to go down here. And Gucci was also making his way down. As now Cleaver is still in the river for some reason. He's not going to be able to help this at all. And forces out the flash from Bull as well.
Okay. Big moment. They get an early kill. With Courage on the back foot. Courage really has been struggling a little bit in this series as well.
Okay,
Right,
getting
the
on in there.
Varus. Okay, you don't have a way to proc Blight. Very sad. Very sad. That could be cool.
라스리안 온디.
Not happening as the Mantra Q misses, and they are down a level both. So the fact that this works out is kind of crazy, and it's mainly due to the fact that the roam from the Silas is so much earlier. So like Bull and Ando actually can't commit on this. They're not really allowed to, and as a result, the overall could have been worse for Guangdong. They could have lost more people. Still not going to be the best of starts. What happened to the LCK channel? It's gone. This is the only new this is the real
Reduced
channel
atoms.
now.
Now it's just LCK CL Global 2023.
That's the only channel that exists.
All right, we got a fight here. Plan B with little Hex Flash Areno. He's just saying hello. He's offering them a different plan from their current one, you know?
Favorite food in Korea?
I ate the LCK channel to gain its power.
Nice. I don't know. Duck Albi's high up my list. That's really good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I love kimchi jjigae. I know it's basic, but it's like
Nice.
it's just
It's
always
a classic,
good.
you know? Little kimchi stew. Plan B is going for a little walk.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah. I just have to see how long it takes.
Why is he here? And Courage got the Rift Herald?
Yeah, they're winning on a lot of fronts here.
How did this happen? They're gonna just
Well,
get
he
this
was,
kill to Cleaver.
he was caught in river. Yeah, Plan B, you're not executing, friend.
He's gonna waste Cleaver's time.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a good job of that, but
All
now
right.
Akali got the kill. So you don't have a good outcome there. Either you give the kill to Akali or you give it to Bull. I think Bull's better, though.
Better than who?
It's better to give it to Bull than to Akali.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to create some drama.
Drama.
You know me, the drama fiend.
Drama des.
Yep, drama des. Valdrama.
Hey, Causes, can you add the Fish Show to cast in your podcast? I would be thankful. I mean, I love the Fish Show as much as the next guy, but I'm pretty sure he's still...
I mean, just call him up, you know?
He's
like,
just still working for an for European League of Legends organizations. No? As
Plan B has decided to
Round
come
two.
back. Tenzo looking for Cleaver in the smoke.
is Tokboki as good as it looks in Manhwas? Tokboki's great.
Tokboki's good. I wouldn't say it's like...
I don't think it's amazing.
It's very much a snack, too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all inning onto the Nautilus as meanwhile, Akali dies. And will they kill the Nautilus? Yes, they will. So they actually do get that target, but unfortunately, Cleaver kind of just got 100 to 0'd. We need another durability update, man. I don't know what happened, but like...
Nerfs repeatedly.
Repeated nerfs, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody's just paper again. Like, Akali goes in and just dies. Like, how is this happening again?
It's still, that's the most mind-blowing thing to me. It's still better than it was. I do agree, like, because what happened was they added a ton of changes that made everyone more durable, and then they've slowly been kind of neutralizing those as, ooh, Ilma?
The Blaze?
Ilma?
Is he gonna go all out? No, it doesn't look like he will. He went all out on those minions there. You see that damage? Huge. Uh-oh,
He's
Dayok.
holding it. He's waiting. He wants to get as low as possible before using it. Exciting. You can make, yeah, Tokboki is very easy. I did actually try making Tokboki like from scratch with like the anchovies stock as well. Don't make anchovies stock at home by yourself.
Yeah, don't do that.
It was not, I did not enjoy that experience. As Dayok with the bait.
Oh, the Baitarino, he goes all out. Is the damage enough? Looks like it might be Ilma just gonna flash away here. The re-engage, and one barrel does it. Ilma gonna put him in the death chamber.
Oh, that was so sick. Because Ilma flashed, but Dayok didn't know which brush, right? Like, he didn't actually have vision. So if he hits that knock-up, he might actually kill Ilma. He might actually be fine, but it wasn't the case.
That was all with a catalyst and
yeah.
a tear.
Oh, yeah. That's Gragas, baby.
Yeah, this champion seems fine. I think it's fine.
Well,
Oh, it looks like we have a new chatter that wants a little timeout.
Hey, well, you know what, Chatter? You're going to get a little bit of a
Just
timeout.
a little 10-minuter, perhaps.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
not a
feeling...
10-seconder like
no,
last time.
I'm
probably.
learning. There you go. And if you come back and you're nice, you can stay.
Yeah.
This is challengers, okay? We're friendly here. And if you're not
Yeah.
friendly, you're gonna get smacked. What?
Atlas is just like Alex
Atlas,
actually put him
how
in his
long
place.
is that? Is that like... That's like
a day.
24
That's a day.
hours?
Yeah, 24 hours.
I already timed them out for 10 minutes. So this is what you see, Chad. I think I'm putting down the law, but I'm nothing.
We got a fight here as Diablo does not have flash. I don't think there's any way for him to get out. Oh, he just disappears.
You got bull.
Yeah, about that
흔들리지 말아요.
durability update. I'm still going to call for this every day.
What if I call Chronicle or Bronze Noob? Is that okay? Yeah, you can flame me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Those
Just
are the rules.
not the 15-year-old players, please. Thanks. As, yeah, Andel's just going to flash away here. The re-engage is very nice from the side of Kwangdong, but rooted underneath the turret. Still not enough as Courage gets super low, and they're able to turn this one around, but the damage now out of Bull is pretty huge. And the change! Oh no, the silence is going wild in this fight, and the Q is not going to hit from the Akali.
흔들리지 말아요.
It is all going downhill from here for Kwangdong Freaks as Guti turns it up to another level.
Okay. That was a disaster for Sandbox up until the point where it wasn't. Oh, I want to see a replay of that. That was cutthroat. Special highlight here to the ultimate that Plan B is about to hit. As yeah, so he flashes early here to flash just the arrow. And then,
Probably thought it was cheese.
yeah, that's what my take as well. And then gets taken down. Bull gets the stack, so as a result, they die immediately. And then this turnaround, like the 100 to 0 here from Vincenzo with his ultimate, very nicely done. But Akali's here. So you're thinking, okay, well, this is going to work out. Like, yeah, they get low, but like 2-man ultimate knock and then this flash from Plan B puts Cleaver so low. He takes an extra turret shot, and the health bars already are at a disastrous point. And the Kwangdong comp is really strong, but it's very burst oriented, right? But in longer sustained fights like Silas and Sejuani and Nautilus, you're gonna run that fight. And now,
you may not like it, but this is peak League of Legos.
Absolutely. Good delivery as well, fellas.
Yeah, peak League of Legends.
So only thing that possibly makes sense now is Kwangdong is still going to win this game, right?
Sure
because right now Sandbox look like their favorite, which doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
That's the beauty.
Second Rift Herald.
Gonna get started up.
And we're at the point in the series now where both teams are like, okay, we just want to fight. Like the challengers, like they've kind of reached their patience.
They're like,
limits.
Fight!
We must fight. So now everybody's here.
Should we fight?
5v5.
Doesn't matter. That's not a question we ask ourselves.
Heat go Lagond as now we go in once again. Card's able to get his ult off. They're trying to target down Goody, but the Silas is just too large. At this point in time, he's able to just zone everybody else away as we kind of had a broken up fight here. And Vinny C going to be able to pick up that Rift Herald as well. Another good fight for the Sandbox.
Nice. Sandbox will be able to get mid turret here as well. And even though Diablo isn't in the best of spots, it doesn't really matter when you are able to play to your insanely fed Sejuani and Silas. That's going to be the turret going down, and Kwangdong struggling immensely here, Valdez.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a Silas problem. Which I don't think is going to get any easier. He was already up 2 levels on Cleaver in this fight.
This is what we talked about as well. Like, Cleaver can't actually do anything in this fight because he just gets immediately mount ulted. And then Ilima, the cask is a little bit late, and at this point his damage isn't that relevant, so he's hesitant to go in. And either you hard commit and like you might lose the game outright there, or you don't. Cut your losses. And
what about Ilima getting
pretty
first turret blood in the top lane, though? You have anything to say about that?
Well, that helps a lot because it keeps the gold a lot more even. It's only 1k. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there an elder flip angle?
There's always strong.
Always an elder flip angle.
Just saying.
100%. Echo, Jade, I'm just gonna assume you're excited.
He needs a reboot.
Just excited with us, which is nice.
No, the players do not get paid by the hour. Although that's pretty funny.
That's a good meme.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Hope Vincenzo is gonna build my favorite Sejuani item, Rod of Ages.
Absolutely,
me too,
especially
friend.
from the jungle.
Yeah.
He's got all this extra gold, I mean, might as well, right? And Kwangdong, you know, they're still kind of flying a little bit close to the sun, where they're like, okay, we're gonna like get aggressive, clear out some of this vision, let's go for a dive in the bot lane, you know, like.
Yeah, well, I don't hate it if they're quick.
I mean,
well, they're not quick.
They're not exactly in a great spot here.
They need Ilima. He's TPing in.
Just TP and fight. That's all you got to do. Is in goes Cleaver, and he's just gonna get blown up. He is still in the shroud. He's gonna survive for a little bit, but then he just does go down. Yeah. And I suppose he gets his team out of dodge, but
yeah, that thing I said earlier about Akali into point and click CC, that was it. That was the moment.
That was
that was the moment. Yep. So you get a turret, but you lose a turret, so it's an even trade. But you also invest a teleport, and you lose Cleaver. So not worth, in my professional opinion, Valdez. Not worth.
Not worth. Yeah, that's official. Not even just it's okay. Nice little TP angle here, but in the first place, I don't think Kwangdong should have pushed this hard.
Cleaver can just disengage, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you need to go in that hard here. Like with Shroud, like path it upwards. Might be the call that like you're trying to save time, make sure that the rest of your team can get out, because if you get a hard force fight there and you lose your turret, then things get pretty disastrous. But I don't think it was really necessary. I think Kali has enough mobility, particularly with Flash, Shroud, and Ultimate available to get out there. And Sandbox are looking good here. 1k gold up, 2 Drake lead about to materialize. As
Yeah.
how is Diog leading damage? That's kind of crazy.
I guess maybe a lot of those early trades against Illima. Definitely a decent chunk of the damage. And he goes all out. He's like, he does some damage eventually. It's Mountain Soul, which if Guangdong Freaks do not get, they lose.
Yeah.
So
If they do get, they can also win, because it does take away a lot of the damage from Silas.
that's true.
But I'm an optimistic man. I don't think it's very likely.
Yeah, Cassante and Sejuani and even Nautilus.
And Rod of Ages
against
Silas.
lethality Boris. And the Kali that, you know, maybe eventually gets a Void Staff, but is probably going to be like a third item.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can't afford to give any mountains Drake's over, I don't think.
Did Veldet? I think Veldet did watch Death Note. I don't
did.
think he watched Steins Gate. I tried to make him watch Steins Gate.
And not Code. Yes.
Yeah. Any chance you guys are able to lower the game volume and increase the cost
I
volume?
have asked about that.
We have inquired, and hopefully
I'll try to ask again.
we will keep asking. If they don't get sold, they lose. This
Is it only during the
Challengers. True.
replays, or is it just in general?
I think it's just the replays. I think it's still the same issues. Any askers in chat? Plenty? Yeah.
Just talk louder.
Yes. Loudness. And chronic cloud. That sounds more like chronic cloud than loud.
Chronically loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Chronic
I am
large.
chronically loud. Can you mute the game so we can just listen to you uninterrupted? I wish.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you would have the option.
Who is the loudest caster? It's Atlas, right? Okay,
100%.
we're getting in here. We are just trying to 100 to 0, and the Aphelios, and they do! He was alone under a turret, and he thought he was safe. Forgot he was in Challengers. As Guangdong Freaks, they have zero fear. They see enemy champion, they engage onto enemy champion.
That's what you gotta do, Valdez. Get the turret, cancel the TP, kill Aphelios. Easy peasy. Looking good from Guangdong. That did cost them 2 flashes, which is definitely suboptimal. Diablo will have his available soon. But it keeps you in the game. Gold now, dead even. Why didn't he just play safe mid? I know, right? Unbelievable.
What? Yeah. I mean, maybe he could have flashed the engage, but based on what we saw earlier.
Atlas is by far the loudest.
In general, but also I think he's got the best projection.
He does, yeah.
He's just a quality caster, you know?
I had one time.
He presses his caster buttons.
Yeah, I had a.
They saw him!
They did.
It is
Yeah, it doesn't change that much. The teleport as well, like, is really rough. Because if you get a good teleport there, you can actually win. I once had a dinner with Atlas and Kobe, and that's the loudest like dinner I've ever been at. I think Freak was there as well, and they all kind of, you know, because you talk louder when the people around you are louder because you need to talk over them so you can still be heard. So that was just kind of a perpetuum mobile that just kept getting. It's like you keep turning up the volume button and it keeps increasing. Yeah. There's no 10. It just goes to 11. This goes to 12.
Yeah.
This keeps escalating.
All right, and now all of a sudden, Guangdong Freaks are in control of this game. They got to be careful here in mid lane, though.
I've seen this before.
Getting collapsed on nice little dodge Reno from Illima. They're trying to engage onto a Gragas. Does it matter is the question. I'd say yes, as he is quite the thick, tanky boy, but they will eventually take him down as Cleaver looking for the angle, but he's going to get engaged upon here on the right side. The Silas is massive as Guti with the stolen Akali ultimate does so much. And that is going to be a big team fight win here for Liv Sandbox, the clean ace.
That's a 5-for-0! Out of nowhere, Valdez! I just boomed them.
I just got the strongest caster curse.
Oh, Kwangdong. Yeah, they flew too close to the sun. Weren't ready, even with like so much being used in Gragas and it not actually working out until the very end. Crazy. They just don't have the damage. Like Kwangdong is too far behind the curve. That's going to be the Baron. That's going to be the Soul. And this is a free game for Valdez. 100%.
Absolutely. We needed max quantity for this one, right? We just needed this.
We knew it was going to happen. Like, we were aware. Like, Cleaver just was being No, I don't want to talk about the target selection, Valdez. It's not good.
I talked about it.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's all. And, yeah. They're able to kill Illima, and besides him...
This is actually GG. I know we don't say this often in challengers, but like, I
think so.
If Courage steals this, then no. If Courage steals this,
you're
then
not
it's
allowed to
winnable.
surrender. And I think if you surrendered, your coaches would probably not be very happy, so wouldn't do it. As, okay, trying to get on top of Nautilus here, but he's got to stop. What?
Just keep doing the Drake.
No, we fight. We fight. It is challengers must fight Smork as they try to go in, and they will be taking down the Ogdil as, okay, in the back line here is Cleaver, but he just gets killed by the Aphelios, who is just loving all of these melee champions right in his face. Cleaver was never really able to get enough damage to ever threaten Diablo. So, okay, they're just going to turn, and now they get back onto the Dragon.
That's going to be Soul Points and Sandbox. I've done it here, Valdez. Not even in challengers. Can you see this one backfire? The main reason is the composition. The Kwangdong comp struggles when playing into tankier, late game fights as they're dead.
Excuse me?
They're dead. I have no idea.
No, just flash.
That's okay. You don't need that summoner anyway.
Yeah. Okay, just gonna flash away. Easy, easy. Oh, we're turning!
Oh my god,
we are turning!
We're fighting this!
The teleport! In goes Cleaver!
Oh, no way.
Some low health bars.
No.
Look at Cleaver, he's got the Sangla, he's got the Shroud in position. Daihook is very tanky though in that front line. Okay, Goody, he is able to go down as now Vincenzo threatened by Cleaver on the left side, but Diablo, he is just a turret at this point in time. He's got red-white, do not fight him, as that will be a double kill. And it's probably the end of this game, guys. We will be going to a game 3 as with the Baron buff, of Sandbox push this bottom lane.
No base, only fight. Yes, that is the challenger spirit. Yeah, I know about that one. The previous one was one thing. As Cleaver and Courage are sitting at a discouraging 11 deaths between the two of them, they know you're there. They knew that you knew. They were taking Drake. And then this is already, this is what, and then watch this TP. This is my favorite TP of the whole game. This is my favorite moment. Why? Why, I ask? You don't have perfect execution.
Louder, swift rage. Sorry, Chronicler, you shouldn't talk during replay. I don't think they can hear you. It's okay. We'll get it fixed.
KTY. Well, this is just normal challengers. If this was an LCK team, things would be a little different. But
it's also
this
not
is normal.
KT.
No, I know. But more so, I think the KTY was when I said KTY, very plain voice.
Yeah,
after they won a game and then they decided they didn't want to win anymore.
Yeah, but we all have those moments.
And in challengers, that just happens on the regular, which I appreciate.
True. All right, well, let's see how this game ends. Okay, in the brush, they get Goody. He does have a Zhonya's, as an insane amount of damage on the side of Liv Sandbox right now. So they're just going to turn this one, and the power of stopwatch when you are ahead and Zhonya's is massive. Bull is going to go down, and it looks like Liv Sandbox finally want to be able to press those buttons. Oh, Cleaver in the backline.
Aphelios dead.
Yeah, takes out Aphelios, and he's alone. Doesn't matter, though. He's got a Shroud and a Dream. He's got a Shuriken and a Dream. Oh, no, he's just stunned. Okay, he's just got a Dream. Yeah, okay.
He's just dead. No dreams.
He's just dead. Where are they going? Okay, they're going to mid. Gonna push mid and try to end this game, Chronicle.
They can end the game. They can do it. They don't have Aphelios, though, so maybe they can't. Possibly. No, they definitely cannot end. That is not that is not a thing that is happening, Veldas.
No, you never know.
No, they can't.
No, maybe they just fight.
No,
just
no,
they
not.
can barely even kill this
No,
turret.
not happening. They don't have damage. That was Sejuani, Nautilus, and
Wow, they didn't even get the emitter.
No. No, they don't. Like, their damage source is Gucci and Diablo. And Diablo was dead, and Gucci was top. I don't know what they're going to do for this fight.
Why not?
Because it doesn't, like, it's just...
Diablo's having a great time in this game.
Oh, yeah. And this was with him getting boom. Level 1. Like, really hard.
He didn't have flash level 2, they won the fight. Didn't matter. And he did die here. Seems like Akali's finally getting some items. I did mention that this might eventually become a problem for the Aphelios, but still feels a little bit too out of reach.
Yeah, it's not. What non-league game have you been enjoying the most? Octopath Traveler 2. That game is awesome. Very big improvement over game number one. Really, really big fan. I also played Persona 5 Strikers, which was okay. Didn't think it was amazing.
How about Pixel Tribe?
No. No, I started playing this with Veldas, and I really gave it a try, but it's just not for me. Is this the illustrious Pool Bay flank?
He's still flanking. Okay, it's just Pull Bay.
Okay, but he has CP, so it's okay. Well, they're gonna pick off. They're gonna go to Nash. They're gonna take the low risk play and go. Oh no, they're not. They're just setting up a trap.
Oh no.
He's dead. He's just dead.
Yeah, he's just dead. Oh, at least he got his cast off.
Huh.
He denied them some healing in this fight.
Yeah.
Okay, should be Mountain Soul here as Cleaver has to back. Let's see if Kwangdong have
Kwangdong just
any way.
Or Sandbox, just go mid. You can take this
Skip
though.
Mountain Soul.
Yeah, get Mountain Soul. Sure. How much damage do you think he was going to do to the shield?
Oh? None.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to break the shield.
Well, that was the joke, yeah.
And by the shield, you're talking about
the Mountain Dragon shield.
the
yes.
sixth champion on the side of Live Sandbox, which is Diablo's shield, right? Overheal and Bloodthirster and Mountain Soul.
He is soloing Nash. And he would have gotten away with it as well if it wasn't for Pesky Andil.
Yeah. They just added a new champion to the game.
Oh my god, they don't know.
It's Shield.
They don't know about
Shield
Cleaver.
and him.
They forgot about Cleaver, but they're already in the enemy. They're gonna see him.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
No, but wait.
Nah, yeah, I think it's okay.
They know.
Yeah,
oh,
they
but
know.
Diablo's, well, he's alone for now, but not for a very long time.
Yep.
I don't think the flank is working.
And
I don't see the angle.
Where is he?
Oh, he almost got Nautilus's shield. There it is. Shield's
Where's
gone. Shield's gone.
All right, they found him. Ult thrown in, doesn't get much value. Not able to 100-0 someone. As now we're just trying to get in range of Cleaver. We're just trying to dash and get in. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Cleaver's in a lot of trouble here. Might be able to Shroud. Nope. Okay. Cleaver still on the run. Might survive here with his flash. Goody holding on to his for now. So we're going to pan back to the Baron. That is happening. They're looking to turn as... yeah, he's just going to try to flash away. He's got Illima with him, who is somehow level 18. Up on the top side here, Rodovage is pretty good. As now Bull is just alone. And he's going to get all outed on as now Goody comes in and cleans up the Varus. This certainly should be the end of the game, right, Chronicler?
No, don't. The problem is they don't have a wave mid. So we're seeing some pings, which is nice, but they don't have Baron buff. They can maybe end this wave. You know, Bull's dead, Ilma's dead. There we go.
Hey.
Catch that bottom wave. There's the cannon.
They're just smacking him in the face with their massive wallets. As down goes the inhibitor in mid. A nice knockback here on the Courage, who does not have a flash nor any dreams. As even the hook goes in onto Cleaver. We are getting the full value out of this series. It is a 2+1 deal in this one. As down go the Nexus turrets, and down will go the Nexus. as they'll just get one more kill on full floors and yeah, make that 29-8. Down goes the Nexus. GG, Live Sandbox, tie it up. And anything is possible from here on out.
Anything can happen, Valdez. Sandbox taking a game 2 victory. And in true challenger fashion, does this teach us anything about either of those teams? Do we know what's going to happen next game? Did the drafts matter at all?
We got a vote, Chronicler.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the guy who did everything.
Yeah, that's a safe vote. I am on board. I did the same thing.
Yep.
That was a great choice. Thank you,
got that
Valdez.
early roam. I was almost going to vote for jungle as well. I thought that...
Nice. It's a bit of KDA vote, but I respect it. He actually did smurf that early skirmish.
Yeah, you know, they like kind of got them started on the right track. I think that Goody kind of used that right track very well.
He really went all in. So lose flash, back level 2, win game, yes. Just make sure that your mid and jungle are smurfing. That's actually what won the game.
Okay. Easy enough.
Straightforward game.
Lose flash level 1, back at level 2, and win the game. That's all you gotta do. And the Gragas, as OP as he is, does not matter. Because they had better Gragas on the side of Live Sandbox in the mid lane.
Silas is just better everything, man. It's
Yeah.
not fair. What can you do?
It's okay.
How many people vote for
Just,
Pog?
you know, don't R5 Akali into it, and then, yeah. He apparently got 2 aces alone. I don't know how that's possible. But 10, 1, and 14, and had an insane game, so pretty straightforward vote for him.
Silas, when played by players with good hands, when fed, is one of the most fun champions to watch and unfun things to play into, because a champion scales so obscenely much with skill, because you have to pick your ultimates, you have to hit your change, you have to utilize your passive, but then when it really pops, like games like this, it's so fun to watch. Make sure any picks Akali into triple hard CC, yes, also very important. That is when Akali is at her worst, so in Challenger that makes her good. that's how it works.
Yeah. Well,
I'm happy we get a game number 3, but I hope game number 3 is a bit more like game number 1.
True.
A bit more back and forth.
Guys, we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Challenger League here live at the Esports Studio. I am still Valdez, that is still Keck, as we are getting ready for our third game of the day. Liv Sandbox able to pull the series back into a tied situation. We have a little bit of a series on our hands. What do you think?
I think we have a series on our hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's very cool.
Awesome.
I really didn't have anything to add. You did a perfect setting of the stakes.
That's what I'm here for.
Valdez. Great job.
No problem.
Expertly done.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's it. There's nothing else to say. We already said it all. I mean, that's it.
Get in the draft.
Yeah.
Like what else? What you want us to talk?
We're ready? No, we're good to go.
Want us to talk until the draft?
Did
you
you
don't have
a
anything
nice
to
break?
say?
Did you hold hands? We didn't hold hands, but we did eat some food
A little
during
bit.
the break.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
We'll finish the second half of the food
Mm-hmm.
after this next series is concluded.
Kwangdong selected blue side.
Mm-hmm.
Just the surprise of that one guy in YouTube chat.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's still surprised, but
I don't know.
it's just that one guy.
Lads, your hair looks like 2 waves of sorbet in a fancy shop. Huh. I can see yours being like the swirl.
Okay, all right.
I can see it.
Now
Yeah,
I
like
want
the-
sorbet.
I'm not that much of a sorbet guy.
I am.
Hmm.
Big time. Ever since I was young, you know, my brothers always used to get vanilla ice cream, the cookie, whatever. I'm like, no, I
Chocolate,
want
no,
my sorbet.
Sorbet? Which flavor?
Didn't really matter.
Hmm.
Rainbow's good. It's America. We have everything, okay? Every flavor.
What does that mean?
You want the garlic rainbow mayo nuggies? You can have it. Here are, again, some more executives from the Kwangdong side of things. Hello again. Nice Bite It mask that they have there.
Can still win. Still possible. Odin on the right. Ah. Thanks, Yundo.
That makes sense.
Hey, if the Fisho is not available, can you add Crepo or Doa?
Yeah, oh, did his... I think it got deleted.
Oh, no.
WGG was not very happy with your statement, okay? Like,
No.
they removed that.
Garlic Rainbow Mayo Nuggies is the new secret phrase for the next Poxate episode confirmed. Lemon and strawberry sorbet. Sorbet is like, it's like the ice cream, but it's like a bit more water-based, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a different
it's-
texture than cream, like creamy
Yeah,
ice cream.
I don't really know how to describe it, but it's very sugary.
Okay, we're thinking of very different things, I'm pretty sure.
Really? Maybe it's
I
just
think
an
so.
American thing.
Is sorbet, is it like slushy?
It's not very slushy. It's
No,
like
it's not.
kind of...
It's just like a normal scoop of ice cream.
Yeah, but it's like water-based.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I think we're thinking of the same thing.
Okay.
The ones I've had are not
It's
extremely...
whipped sugar water. Perfect.
The one I've had are not like super sweet, but that's probably the US part.
Sorbet
it.
sherbet, yeah. Chronic made some yogurt from Yogurtland, brought in some cookie dough and gummy bears, yeah.
Sorry, what?
He was in New York.
That
but,
sounds not. I don't know.
Hey, you said you had a sweet tooth. We also have a draft here, by the way.
No, I want to get back to this. What do you mean yogurt with cookie dough and gummy bears?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You can get
Anything
that
is possible in
at
America.
an actual store.
Absolutely. I think that's relatively tame compared to the other possibilities, yeah.
Mm. As we've just gone, we're just first picking Gragas now.
Mhm.
I kind of
Deserved.
love it. Yeah, pick Vine Zeri. Oh, this is Kwangdong is Gragas Zaya Rakan? You kidding me? That is crazy. Kwangdong is
And the
is
Lulu
looking
pick.
good. Yeah, well, we knew that.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It's just whipped spoiled cream.
Okay, I technically that makes sense, but I don't enjoy that. I love yogurt. Yogurt's great.
How about yogurt with M&Ms and Oreo crumbles? Yeah, that's a good one. Pretty straightforward.
But yogurt, like what do you, I don't,
You never heard of froyo?
well, yeah, I guess you can.
That's what they're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Crony, your Dutch is showing. Please hide it.
But like I get fruity flavors. But like if the like in the Netherlands,
as
frozen,
much sugar as possible. Okay?
So in the Netherlands, frozen yogurt is like sour. Like
yeah,
it's actually
I mean, it kind of is.
It is.
But you just hide all that with sugar.
Okay, well but then why would you even eat the froyo instead of just normal ice cream?
Because of the texture, it's like more like yogurt instead of ice cream. It's
Is
softer.
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can scoop it into your mouth faster.
Okay, well I guess that makes sense.
Oh man, coffee
yeah.
froyo with cookie dough. Oh my god.
Well, cookie dough's good. I do enjoy that.
Now I really want to eat ice cream.
Why are you picking Renekton into Xayah in Gragas? Why?
Yeah, that is.
Why Sandbox? No.
Really not a good decision.
Imagine Joven with
Oh,
House.
no!
That doesn't sound good. So now all you do, you have to pick a Kali, right? You're really all in on this. Croc support angle. Stop saying Croc support. Like,
Croc is good into Rakan, so you throw Lulu mid.
No. No. No, not on board.
And the best part of this all is that Live Sandbox are going to win.
Even with this, oh, no. Why would you?
Wait, so we have this fantastic disengaged composition where, like...
So Wukong is
so
okay.
what do you draft is more hard engage.
So,
okay.
So Wukong is fine.
Well, I say more, but actually...
And then...
not
Oh
much.
my god, don't... Oh, I actually... No, Velos, hear me out. Velos.
Do I have to?
Velos,
Silas,
yes.
okay.
No, yeah. You go with so much dive when you're Sandbox, so much dive that Book can never live. He can never live. There's too many big ultimates. He's gonna die.
Yeah, surely they just
Right?
click all their buttons
Yeah.
and then we...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's
Sure.
great. I love Azir into this team as well. It's wonderful. Oh,
This is one of the drafts of
challengers.
all time. Yeah, we got through game 1 and game 2, and then somehow our draft ability deteriorated over time. As now it feels like players are just like, I want to play what I'm comfortable with. I don't care what it's good with, what our composition is, where I am, what year it is. No, I don't care.
Who are these players?
Who are these? We don't know.
Where are we?
Doesn't matter. Goody's gonna play Azir.
Yep. That's the takeaway. Which streaming chat is talking more? Definitely Twitch. Draft battery incredibly low. Yes. Yeah, we don't have a lot of energy. We haven't had it for the entirety of this play. That actually explains a lot. You know, if drafts run on batteries, we've just had the one charge. We've been sitting at like 3%.
Oh, so that's what's unplugging from the computer.
Yes.
It's the draft battery.
We've been sitting on one draft battery for the entire split. And you're supposed to change them every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like we're running on fumes here. There's nothing left.
It should have been Renekton support. Anyway, guys.
No, it should not.
Yeah.
Dove's retired. He's working on the Peanuts almond farm in Cyprus.
Nice. All right. Here we go, guys. This is one of the drafts of all time, but who is going to have the better game of all time? We don't know, but let's find out as we jump onto the Rift. Oh, man, it's so easy
Perfect.
now. We're just
Right?
so good at it.
Yeah.
30초 남았습니다.
Isn't Sandbox's draft so much better, actually? If they snowball, sure. If they don't, I think they're going to have a really, really, really hard time.
Yeah. I mean, jokes aside, like...
It's the world's rant. And I'm shocked that Nightbot doesn't automatically, like...
There are so many capitalized letters in
Yeah, but
that
I think it's the
copy
balance.
pasta.
I think it's the balance because the large part of it is not,
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
you know, it's not capitalized, so I think it's
This
okay.
guy gets it. Almond, he says, I think whoever has the better, whoever wins has the better draft.
Smart.
That's very
Yeah,
smart.
I agree. Why are we doo-doo-doing? There is a doo-doo-doing guitar riff, but they've only played it like 3 times, and then they axe it. So we try to honor it.
So Guti He doesn't have a great record on Azir, but I think it's his most played. He really likes it. I mean, he keeps going back to it. I was there when he got his first win as well. That was Wolf and I a couple weeks back, and it was a great moment. So he's back on the Azir, which we thought was nerfed, but was actually buffed.
Well, hey, only
so
for...
it's comfort.
It was nerfed for
counts.
the first 6 levels, okay? That's huge.
Huge.
Games are often decided on the first 6 levels, as we are seeing here. Nice Diablo and Plan B. Valdezon Chronicler, do the players pick the name or is it translated? Usually they have English names. If you go to Academy, there actually is a ton of players with just Korean names, like written in Hangul that are not Romanized at all.
Where's Willer? Who are these players? You know, I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know where Willer is. Probably see him later this week.
Maybe when we get to the not rebroadcast, because this is a rebroadcast of the future.
True.
I don't drink personally. That ain't me. I'm a very boring person.
You drink water
a lot. I drink water and tea and coffee, and that's basically it.
Draft-wise, who gonna win? Sorry, new question.
That's okay. I think draft-wise, Kwangdong is favored because they have a great matchup top, neutralizing matchup, so Renekton doesn't get the snowball. We have a even matchup. I think it's slightly Vi favored, but it doesn't really matter that much. Mid matchup is very rough the first 6 levels, but after that, Akali is completely fine, and the sandbox draft is not going to snowball in the first 6 levels. Rather, they're going to snowball in like 6 to 11 range, and then the bot lane is incredible into everything that sandbox have. So, in conclusion, I think the Kwangdong draft is way better. Now, the real important question is, does that actually matter? No. This is challengers. It's not relevant at all.
Nope.
Don't think that it is, please.
In conclusion, it's challengers.
Yes.
No matching skins for Xayah and Rakan, Sag. I think that's
Yeah,
pretty cringe. Actually, myself, no cap.
You know they removed the joint recast for Xayah and Rakan. It's messed up.
Yep, that is
No, I
messed
actually
up.
don't care about it at all. Yeah, LCK is pro, and then Challengers is underneath that, and then Academy is underneath that. But Academy is really like raw. It's just a tournament. It's really hard to watch as, ooh, did get the spot there on Courage.
Ooh, they see him.
So they should be completely fine. But their wave is kind of in an awkward spot.
That's okay, they have Zeri.
True, and also this is a pre-6 Wukong, so like what's Courage gonna do?
Yeah. I hope Renekton wins XD. I am a Renekton main, and he's just so fun. People get so trolled by the stun, and his voice lines are so cute. Like when he talks about killing people while he's super random, but also smarter than he looks, just like me, XD.
Roar! Should have worked a roar in there, particularly for Renekton.
Yeah, so alligators
Phonetically-
definitely roar all the time.
Yeah, it's phonetically accurate.
Absolutely. Wait, he's a crocodile.
Yeah.
Why do I call him an alligator?
I don't know. You like alligators more?
Maybe. Maybe alligators is the one that we have in Florida.
You have both in Florida.
Oh.
As far as I'm aware.
I don't know.
Well, how do you know? How do I know and you don't
There's
know?
none of those type of animals up in New York, okay?
You have a zoo. Don't you have him in the sewers? I feel like that was... Is that just Spider-Man?
Okay, what? Okay, no, there's turtles.
Well, there's
in the
turtles
sewers,
in the sewers.
but not
okay.
actually because that's from cartoons. Okay, we're engaging here as Plan B looks to be dead. Down he will go. First blood handed over to Courage. It almost looked like they wanted to give that to him. So, nice.
Good for Kwangdong.
Mm-hmm.
Just a freebie. Plan B gets caught off guard, doesn't flash, and dies. Casters in the lore that I do know that Renekton's brother is Nasus, and he used to be on great terms, but then Renekton went insane. And
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, just very straightforward. It's a CC chain 100-0, they feel safe because Vincenzo is in the area. And if you flash that grand entrance, you might be fine. But that didn't happen. Also, Diablo went for Cole first, which we haven't talked about yet, but that is very confident, and it's actually going to pay off because he still has a 15 CS lead.
Yeah.
Nice. Valdes, you're forcing extra confident. I know.
Thank you, name that I'm not going to pronounce on the broadcast. Shout out to you.
Nice.
How are a dog and an alligator brothers?
Because they're
It's
based
a crocodile, by the way.
Yeah.
Now you're just confusing me.
Because they're based on it's Nassus and the entirety of Shurima is obviously based on Egyptian mythology, right? So they just had a lot of animal gods,
Okay.
including crocodiles and dogs. Anubis
What
is
about cats?
Also, yes, a lot of those. Anubis is
Is
a dog.
Yumi also a god?
No, I don't think so. I think she's just a magical cat.
Where did she get her magic from?
Her master, who she's looking for on the book. That's her.
Does anyone know who the master is?
No, we don't.
Oh,
yet.
Diok got... How did he get under there? Dominus, and he's like, yeah, cool story, Ilima. You better back off, bub.
Bub?
Yeah, bub.
Why would Diok?
And then he
call
said
Ilima
slice
bub?
and dice. And then he also said, I smell trouble. Don't get pushy.
That is a Gragas quote.
Isn't it Nora? I guess so. Who's Nora? Why is that not a champion?
I don't know.
Is it in the MMO?
Might be a legend. I know Runeterra or Legend of Runeterra gets way more lore. So yeah, as a champion lore, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. I really don't like the core gameplay of Legends of Runeterra, but I feel like I want to play it just to see all the lore because there's so many cool thematic parts to it. But I also don't really enjoy the game, so like I don't want to. But I do. But I don't. But you know, when the MMO comes out, we can just experience all that lore.
Okay. Hey, look at that. Azir forcing a flash from an Akali.
What are the odds?
You don't see that every day. Good
Well,
flash, though.
actually we do. I'm willing to bet on average we see this matchup once a day and see that happen once a day.
No.
Over the course of a season? No, you didn't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Too uncommon?
Yeah, it used to happen, but now it doesn't really happen that much in the LCK.
That's fair. One day we'll get there.
Chronicler, what's going on? There's only one kill?
Yeah, this is not my challengers.
What is
Valdes.
happening?
This is where
Where's the action?
I would normally talk about soup if I was, or I would show off the bread that I baked last year when I was at home.
Bring me any bread.
No, I'm actually gonna make some for tomorrow. You want me to bring you some?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love bread.
Okay. Well,
Are we just gonna do this again? I thought Diok was just gonna pop Dominus and like just back him off, and I was gonna say the same thing. Okay, well,
love that.
I guess it's the same thing, but it's not. He's getting in there. He's got
doesn't have a lot of
flash.
mana.
Okay, just gonna let him go. He got too
That's
close to the turret.
Very funny. So I actually love what Ilima did there because Diok felt forced to ult because he was afraid he would get 100 to 0. But then Ilima is so far up the lane, and he doesn't actually have. If he has mana, he's completely fine there. Like he never dies. But he doesn't. So he needs to respect. Very interesting here is that Ilima is going for a split level up here between Q and W. Huh.
Whoa.
That's actually very surprising.
Big brain.
Yeah, trying to get as much out of the damage reduction as possible, I guess. Huh.
That could be good if you're trading a lot
Yeah.
against
Valdes
an insane
ciabatta. I told
Ciabatta
Valdes
bread.
what focaccia was yesterday.
Yeah.
He
I didn't know what that was.
He also scolded me for eating grass. Chad, which herb do you think the grass was? This is fun.
It's just grass.
So what herb do you think it was? It was on the cake.
It was a blackberry and lemon cake,
There was
and
herb,
grass on it. And I'm like, Chronicler, don't eat that grass.
and then
And then he ate it, and I'm like,
why would you do that?
why would you do that? No, it wasn't time. Okay, here we go. Gucci
for
just gonna flash. Nicely done.
There we go. Friggle knows. It was rosemary.
Friggle knows. Yeah.
It was rosemary. It was great. It's nice rosemary.
Was it plastic?
It was not plastic.
Might as well have been. I mean,
It was. It's a normal herb that is in so
it
many
looked like
seasonings.
grass. And it
Valdez.
was just on my cake.
It was just lemongrass. There was
Do
no.
you
it's
graze
not
often,
lemongrass.
Chronicler?
Now I'm getting thrown off by chat. It was just rosemary. It was fresh rosemary, and it tasted perfectly fine. It was rosemary. You know what
Nice.
I love is that
Does anyone else?
Kwangdong got this kill early, and Sandbox are still ahead because of the call
Yeah.
and the CS lead that they have in mid and top.
No, it didn't smell stinky, guys. Jesus Christ.
It's rosemary. What's wrong with all of you?
Anyone else eat dry cereal at 2 a.m. straight from the box? Yeah, I used to do that back in the day.
Can you check if Chroniclers? Have
Is
you guys
part
never
horse?
had?
Yes,
Have you guys
he is.
never had bread topped with rosemary? It's like an extremely common
Bread?
thing. Yes,
No,
freshly baked.
absolutely not.
Well, I feel very sorry for you because that's delicious.
With rosemary on the bread.
Yes, and then you eat the rosemary.
And it's like this hard grass thing, and you're like, why is this on my bread? It's totally ruining the entire texture of everything.
One day,
Is that what you're trying to say?
fellas, one day I am gonna make a fresh focaccia for you with rosemary, and you're gonna eat it, and you're gonna be like, "Man, Chronicler, you were right this whole time. This is delicious."
Yeah, but focaccia didn't even look like real bread. It was like baked into the bread. So
Yeah, that's the point.
you said it was on top, like it was some kind of topping or something.
No,
That's
well,
very
you can,
different.
Well, you can also make
If
a
it's
great.
baked into the bread,
You can also make
that's
a great.
fine.
Well, you can also make a great bread oil by like chopping up rosemary and then using with olive oil like to dip.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Do they have that at Olive Garden?
I know you're joking, and I'm still mad at you. Oh my God, Valdez, you can't push my buttons like this.
What do you
Come
mean? There's
on.
nothing happening in the game. What else am I supposed to do?
Not bread, man. Leave rosemary out of this. Stop supporting him, chat.
I'm infuriating some bakers in the chat. So
Oh. I normally come here to chill, but Valdez is exactly. Rosemary is amazing. Oh, he trusting me, this distinguished gentleman. Tips nuggets in Jamaica will no, everyone will appreciate focaccia with fresh rosemary because it's delicious.
yeah, again, if it's cooked and it's inside the bread,
No,
sure.
it's you put it on the bread before you bake it, and then you bake it with the bread.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
it's also fine if you just use it as a topping. That doesn't change
No,
that.
that's weird.
Why is that? Why the baking
That's
doesn't
cringe, no cab.
I'm so mad.
I mean, okay, the rosemary, the grass that was on our cake yesterday, it was like hard.
Yes.
And it had like the you know, it wasn't just like the grass part either.
So there was also
It's
the
like
you
you're
don't have to
chewing like
also
a
eat
piece,
the
like
stem.
it's like you just eat a piece off the tree or something. Like,
Yes.
why would you do that?
Well, you do that all the time. Do you know what cinnamon is?
Yeah, but I just see the powder. Here we go. Anyway, down goes Cleaver. Azu, that's a nice
Oh.
root though. The follow-up coming in from Kwangdong. Unfortunately, not too much after Cards goes in. The cast is thrown in, but it's all discombobulated here from the side of Kwangdong Freaks, and so Live Sandbox, they get in and they get out for now. Diablo is chasing a Gragas. Don't think that's a thing. So yeah, let's just do the, let's just do the red barrel.
Going to be a win here. Ilma is still trying to bully, but he doesn't really have anything to do. They're just farming stacks.
Do people not gnaw on wheat anymore? Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So you throw grass over my bread and expect me to eat it? Oh my God! Nice 100-0 here on Cleaver. This is the reason why is viable. You can just pick it in situations like this. And then Courage goes in. Because of the wall, like, Bull and Ando can't join. And neither can Ilma. Ilma doesn't have that much damage, so just nothing happens.
Yeah, it was like a weird sectioned off team fight with the wall.
It was, yeah.
They're like, we're just going to fight over here and then we're going to back. And
Fresh basil leaf is okay, but a twig. I wouldn't eat a twig of rosemary, but a couple of. No, a
You
couple
did
of.
yesterday,
Well, yeah, okay, but
but you wouldn't.
I not normally no, but I hadn't had rosemary in a while, and I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything
Sure.
wrong with that.
Okay.
But what I will make you a focaccia Valdez and
Again,
with
Perhaps is
rosemary,
different.
and you will love it. Okay, it'll be delicious.
Sure.
No,
I'm sure it'll
but
be
if you okay,
very good.
but this is my point. If you enjoy it while it's baked onto the bread, you will also enjoy it separately because it's just an herb.
Okay.
It's not anything. It's not weird. It's just a nice flavoring, like parsley or basil or cilantro.
Zwan gets it. It's just a common Valdez W. Just so base today. All right, here we go. Another fight. A massive knockup from Gucci. But can he get out the shield?
Oh my god!
Oh!
And he dies
And he
still?
lives anyway. Oh, well, he dies anyway. I mean, sorry. All this talk of Rosemary is messing with my head. Andel gets the kill though instead of the Akali that flashed for it. So.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. If Kiva gets a kill, it's way better. It's a bit weird to eat a ruins. Why? It's the same herb. There's no difference in whether it's baked or not.
It changes the texture.
No, not really. With rosemary, I wouldn't say.
So
it
even
does.
if you bake it into the bread, you're still going to be like gnawing on a hard piece of tree?
Well, you chop it up finer, so it'll be a little bit
okay,
easier.
well,
Yeah. You chop it up like in like a quarter of what it was yesterday or half.
Okay. Yeah, it was a pretty big piece that was on the cake. I think it was mostly for decoration and like smell, you know?
It does smell like it, yeah. And I can't believe he only did this. It's actually mind-boggling. Doesn't end up going his way as.
Why didn't Vi just heal?
What?
Should have like transferred the red buff over.
Oh, okay.
Give him a little bit of
that makes sense.
regeneration. Yeah. Why does Alice have an American accent today? Oh, I guess because I'm teasing you. I'm not really.
Yeah.
Just
No, you're not
actually
really.
just speaking my mind
No,
on
that's okay.
on a big twig of
I'm not-
rosemary
I'm
that
also-
was on my cake.
I'm also not actually bothered by Valdez not liking her, chat.
Yeah, it's
this
more. It's pretty
we're
standard.
hamming it up.
You're pretty used to it by now.
Yeah, we're hamming it up for comedic value. It's the same as when I'm gonna make Valdez a fresh mayo with cooked egg. Right, Valdez?
Yeah, with cooked egg to
Yeah.
pork.
Yeah.
Cooked
egg. Yeah. Not raw egg.
No,
Valdez is
absolutely
not about that.
No raw eggs in my mayonnaise. Okay, well, we have a little bit of fighting in this game, which is pretty nice. Straight from the fridge. Yeah. Oh, okay, they're gonna find courage. A little bit of action over here. Renekton continues to go insane. Boxing with shadows.
We've only had 4 kills. The gold's dead even. How is this game so close?
Oh. It's been a good one, actually. I feel like both teams are playing it relatively safely.
Yeah,
you know?
they really are trying not to make any big mistakes and throw the game away. As ooh, good angle from Cleaver here.
Okay, they're gonna find this guy down on the bottom side. Andil though, flash, dash, and another dash. He gets away. And the flank angle is here for Cleaver.
That's 2 ultimates gone though.
Yeah.
For Vincenzo and Gucci.
See if it works. They get on in the cask into the knockup from the Wukong is massive. Plan B goes down, so does Gucci. As they're all on the run now. Yes, they do get Andil, but I mean, the guy didn't even have his flash. Kwangdong Freaks able to turn this fight on its head. He got it. Nice. Nice little shuriken there at the end, and this means that they will be able to pick up the Ocean Drake as well.
And Sandbox, after using those 2 ultimates, I think should have peeled off. If you're down that many like super impactful ultimates and you don't actually get the kill on Rakan, trying and still contest is a big risk. And they've been playing pretty risk averse up until this point. And it doesn't end up working out. I'm new from YouTube chat. Why are dads fighting? Oh no. You're not fighting, chat. Okay. If you don't get this kill, you gotta peace out. You can't invest that much.
Or, because it's challengers, we force onto the singular Ocean Drake.
No. No, don't do that. Also,
I agree with you, but that's what
purposefully
they did.
ignoring your question, kids. I know you're trying to start something, and I'm not going to be a part of it. Really nice wombo combo there. You already pointed out, Delvis. Gives Cleaver so much more space. And contrary to the previous game, where we had Cleaver in big trouble because there was a ton of CC available for him. A lot of that CC was already used here, right? Like there's Polymorph, there's Wild, but if Wild is used and there's no Zero ultimate and you can play around Polymorph, then you are gonna have a fun time when you're a Kali.
Absolutely. Look at this positivity from Donut.
Yeah.
We're doing much better on Akali this game.
Love that. Happy
Love
face as well. That's the energy we want in Challengers.
Absolutely. Nice
Ocean Drake is the best Drake because of the aesthetic. I really like the plants. Me too.
Yeah, the extra foliage is pretty nice. I like it because it doesn't add, you know, some insane new mechanic to the game that, you know, like Chemtech Soul Rift. That just like totally borks it.
Fellas, do you know what plantains are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are very common in Cuban culture.
Fried
Fried plantains.
Yeah, oh, that makes total sense. Yeah. Because when I lived in London, I had a decent amount of them, but they're really hard to get in many other places. Like, and I've really been craving some fried banana. You can make it with normal banana as well, but it's not really the same. It's not as good.
Yeah. Chronicler only eats his cereal like a soup, of course, with heated up milk.
I've never tried. I actually think that would be good, though.
You know who does that? It's my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's very
like,
strange.
I don't think it's. I think that makes sense.
Very strange. I wouldn't recommend it.
I think it. Really, have you tried? I feel like it's
No,
good.
I haven't. Oh, Lulu's dead. That's gonna make Chad happy. As Diok is on the run.
The
Trying to get
chasing
away
still.
from this. I mean, they're so fast. You can't really get away from this swamp. To be honest, says, okay, bye. Trying to do
Right,
something
Diablo.
here. Vincenzo, though, is going to have to piece real quick. Guti's got some soldiers in a nice position, but not really able to get any kills on the back of that. So Kwangdong Freaks, another step in the right direction.
Yeah, I don't think the warm milk thing is that weird. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, you know, she puts the cereal in the bowl with milk, and then she puts it in the microwave.
Wait, hold up. She puts this. No, that's not okay.
In the microwave.
No, that's the okay. That is weird. That's not okay. That kills the crunchiness. You can't just microwave.
I think that's the point.
So, Lulu gets caught. The chase from this composition is amazing. They actually do almost get taken down because Azir is still in this game and can't really just walk into a choke point and expect not to take a beating. Don't you milkshake grass, boy. That's my name now?
No, your name is Keck.
But you put grass on bread, Chronicle, your opinion. What do you mean? It's so normal. Herbs are a thing, people. They're great.
Yeah.
Fresh herbs are delicious. You eat raw herbs all the time. Do you ever eat ranch? What do you think's in that?
Definitely not cooked eggs.
It's parsley and dill, baby. Not Bill. Bill, baby.
Yeah. We're not going to get into that. Illima is just off here baiting the entire enemy team. It might actually work as Cleaver. Oh, the huge knockup! The Wombo Combo Bouncy Castle! Doesn't get better than that. Diok gets immense value from his Gore Drinker, but still, that was a very fun time, and Zeri does not get to have a moment.
Loving the composition from Kwangdong, and this is one of those rare challenger occasions where the compositional diff actually does matter, right? Like, this composition, the only thing that I'd maybe change is the Akali, but even the Akali with like Wukong, Gragas, and Rakan does make some sense, gives you a bit more offensive power. But the amount of offensive control and like teamfight power they have just by layering their ultimates is crazy. As okay, chat. Everyone's saying I don't eat greenery. Oh yeah, branches on my soup. That sounds
branches. Yeah, it's a classic Chronicler thing. As a spice.
Chronicler, would you put rosemary in cereal? No, I'm not a psychopath. Come on, man. Oh, you guys are
Is that before
crazy.
or after you microwave?
Fellas,
Look at this. Look at this.
It's insane.
Like, we need to take a moment to just,
It's actually
to just recognize.
perfect. Yeah, it's As that's a cool bordering from Diag. It's the only good thing we can say about that for Sandbox. What I really wanna call out is how good Rakan is.
Yes, I'd like a pepperoni and oak log pizza.
Brent, fellas, I've literally, chat, before you go and try and champion Veldis, I literally have seen you eat pho with stalks of cilantro.
That's
not
true,
10,
yeah.
like, okay, sorry.
Actually, in between games,
Half an
2 and
hour
3.
ago, you were eating that soup with much enjoyment, and there was literally plants on top of it.
That's true. And the stems were still attached.
Yes.
That's true.
So?
Yeah, but that's different. Like,
Why is it different? Why?
It's cilantro, you know? It's like, it's special.
It's the seal.
Special part of my heart.
Yeah, but that's not grass. Cilantro is an herb.
Rosemary, to be fair, does kind of look like
Stop
grass.
calling me grass boy.
I mean, I think it's better than kek, actually.
Chronic or munch. Actually, munching on bark is pretty common. You have like the bark that licorice is made with. You have cinnamon bark. That's not
Have
that.
you ever munched on bark before?
Cinnamon, yeah. It's not that
빨간 팀의
weird.
포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Is cinnamon a tree?
It's bark.
Where does the powder come from?
You powder it.
Oh,
You take the
really?
bark and you turn. Yeah.
Wait, so cinnamon is just bark?
Yeah.
You're just eating powdered bark?
Yeah.
Or I can't tell if you're trolling.
No, I'm serious.
I don't know.
I'm 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
What does a cinnamon tree look like?
I have no idea. I don't know, but I know it is. Valdis' world destroyed. It's like there's so much like yeah.
Wow.
So you eat grass and trees. Yeah. Europeans are. What do you mean you're?
Yeah, I mean, we just had a guy in the chat that was obviously from NA asking if anyone eats dry cereal from the box at 2 a.m.
That's your code?
Yeah, that's the guy. Like, I was like, yeah, I used to do that all the time. Like, this is my culture, okay?
No, but that's
You're
fine.
talking about putting herbs and spices in your food. Imagine that.
Yeah, but none in your cereal.
That takes too much effort.
Cereal doesn't need much more than milk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would never actually do that. They're just trolling you. I would never actually put any kind of herbs in my cereal.
No.
Yeah.
Valdis and Grass Boy, the new hit Disney film. That's amazing. Are all Dutch people free range? Well, I didn't think so, but I guess.
That's a good thing, I think, you know. Right? To be
I'd
free
say
range.
so, yeah, definitely.
It's good.
빨간 팀의
You can
포탑이
put cinnamon
파괴되었습니다.
in cereal. I think that's okay.
No, cinnamon and cereal makes
Cinnamon
sense.
cereal, I think, is good. There's
Yeah.
a lot of cereals that have cinnamon in it, which means you're putting bark in your cereal,
Yeah.
which is just blowing my mind right now. I don't
Yeah.
understand how that's supposed to taste good.
Hey, are we still talking about food instead of an action-packed banger of a series? Yes. We have not. It started out as a discussion about herbs, but I think I've seriously shaken Valdis' worldview.
Isn't cinnamon spicy? Not really.
Depends. If it can be if it's like fresh, and you need to be very careful with cinnamon because if you eat too much of it, or like eat a bite of it, it's really dangerous. You remember that cinnamon challenge? Never do that.
I did it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't be that. Don't be me at 15 years old.
No.
And think it would be really fun to do
it's
that.
not cool. No, you really shouldn't. There was actually a candy in the Netherlands that was like, it was like one of those, I don't even know what the English name is.
It is dangerous. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
do it. This game is really close, Chronicler.
It still is, even
This
with
could go
sandbox.
either way.
Although the one issue I have with the sandbox comp is that they are naturally down in scaling.
Why did Zeri go IE?
I'm okay with IE. Yeah, you go in for your autos as opposed to your abilities. I don't think that's... Yeah, we've seen both. So there is a pretty... Oh, I love this. Pretty noticeable lack in damage on your autos if you are there, or if you're any AD carry really, and you go for quick blades. For Xayah, I still love it no matter what, because obviously Zaya just benefits from it so much. As there's the TP.
Right, here we go. Oh, that cast was huge! Right in the center. And look at this, they've got a spinning monkey in the background. They can't do anything about it. Gets another big knockup right before he dies, but he did his part. As Goody's not able to get over the wall either. Double kill, very much earned for Illima. As this huge engage comp from the side of Kwangdong is not very easy for Live Sandbox to handle.
The team fighting from Kwangdong reigning supreme again, Valdez. Nothing that Sandbox can do. Getting shoved in aggressively here, making sure that there is no smite to take this objective away. They can even turn this into an Ocean Soul as well.
Sure. Look at this. This cask is just...
Illima, man. Oh, the only tragedy is that he actually knocks them out of the Grand Challenge, which is really funny and didn't end up mattering because of the amazing follow-up there. Courage, like, really did a number on them there. Flashing in from the brush where they didn't have vision. So, super well done. Sandbox with that fight might be out of it. And I'm always happy to see him play. Just makes me so happy. Such a cool player. And I wish we could see him in the LCK one day. That'd be amazing.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. What about Elder Flip? Well, there is a Zeri and a Nazir in this game, so nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
And there's also Vi, so like if someone mispositions and dies.
I mean, Diablo in the last couple of fights, he's kind of like ulted and then immediately died just because, you know, it's not even necessarily his fault. It's actually really difficult to position against this composition, especially when there's like a cask thrown right on your head and you're just being bounced around, you know?
No, Zeri doesn't get to really play the game, right? It has nothing to do with Diablo.
Yeah.
Unless Kwangdong massively mess up and throw like a bunch of cooldowns into specifically Vincenzo and Dayak and give space to Gucci and Diablo, you should never be able to approach because the range advantage for Kwangdong is, or rather the way that they can influence the fights and split it up and like single out one or two people is so tough to deal with. And Featherstorm is such an insanely good cooldown in late game scenarios like this where the only win con for Sandbox is to all-in someone.
Is Putrefier actually good on Rakan? Because you kind of like get in there and try to hit as many people as possible.
No, I still don't think it is. I think you... I really don't like new Putrefier. Even on champions like Renata, it doesn't really, because it doesn't proc on your ultimate, right?
But his knockup does damage.
His knockup will apply it, and I'm pretty sure his R does as well.
Yeah, like a little bit or something.
Yeah, but you can also just buy Morellos on Illima and then hit a cask and like a barrel, and then that's way better.
You don't really need it.
Yeah,
like a full Putrefier as well.
I'd much rather have him go for... what's it called? The
Putrefier doesn't give Grievous Wounds weekly heal and shield now.
No, it doesn't do anymore.
That is the reason I asked.
Yeah. That's why it got reworked.
So I was like, haven't seen this before.
Because it used to be really good, and now it's just not that good. I'd rather see the kills.
But so still we see all these supports buying it.
Yeah, I don't know. We've had this conversation many a time. This is just how things are.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're engaging onto the Gragas, and you know what? They do have a lot of damage. As long as they don't get engaged upon, they should be able to kill him. As down goes Illima. And they get the pick, so the push is put to a stop, put to an end.
That's the combo right there, and that's why you still need to respect Kwangdong, even your tankier members. And it's funny because it's full AP Gragas, but he is definitely still tanky. Look at the counterplay that's available. Yeah. And I don't think stopwatching really goes the call, but like it doesn't matter because if you don't stopwatch, then you also die. Because then you get Renekton stunned, and then you get W'd, and then you die. So what this means is that there is still an Elder Flip on the table.
Absolutely.
Everyone in chat losing their mind.
I think it makes sense the way Live Sandbox played it too. They're like, well, let's just catch the one guy. We have a lot of mobility with the Zeri. We have some engage, point and click with the Vi. Doesn't matter who it is. Just kill someone.
As a FlyQuest fan, I'm glad they are committed to replanting one tree for everyone Chronicle eats.
Yeah, definitely needed. Oh, wow.
That's
Vincenzo, okay. Gonna trade ults with the Zaya. Now you just need to engage again.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Maybe if they had a flank ward there and Guti could get in behind the back line, particularly that Bull doesn't have his Featherstorm available, that could be really big. Bull, you can't die. You die, they are in deep trouble. Oh, Cleaver. That's a good flank angle. They know.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Daya is the tank. Obviously, this is the reason why we pick Renekton. Stand in the front line, tank it up. Big fan.
Of late game Renekton.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, no one is excited about late game Renekton, I don't think. It's a good build for team fighting, and I do think that this all comes down to team fighting, so that's nice at least.
Yeah. If he had built Fort or something, or like Prowler Squad, I'd be like, well,
in this game, yeah, that doesn't work.
I don't know about that. Well, so we're just waiting for the Elder.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, Kwangdong, what they should do, FYI, if you're wondering, is take control of the top side jungle, because you can push in, because you have a lot of damage and hard engage. And then take control, do Nash, and then turn that Nash into free priority in your lanes, and then ensure that you get yourself a free Elder, and then you win the game. But that's not what they're doing. Ooh.
Just press cask onto them. Looked okay, but yeah, you know, he timed it so he has it ready for the next objective fight, which might just be despairing.
Yeah, perfect. This is what you want to do. And if they go and come and try and contest,
look at this massive
just collapse.
Flank. Uh-oh. There's a lot of low health bars too. They're trying to turn here on the Cleaver as, oh man, Antil gets in there. He's trying to save his Akali, and he will. Gets the double knock up onto that front line as the Zeri. Trying to have a moment in the back line is Diablo, looking to bounce some of that damage in, but Ilma gets them in the back. Hits 3 with the body slam, as now all he's got to do is just delay here for Diablo as he has his own
Quadra.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see the Penta do it for us, Bull, as he, well,
Ilma
knocks him out with the cast. Not sure about that one. Not sure about that decision, as they're trying to give this Penta to Bull, and they won't. Karid's gonna take the kill, but it doesn't matter as Zeri only did 15,000 damage. Not nearly enough, Chronicler.
Can't take the risk and go for the Penta there, because if Diablo gets the kill on Bull, he might actually clear the fight. Kwangdong gonna take the 2-1 victory here. The Ocean's so actually relevant in that one. Like, that was a little bit dicey there at the end, but is going to be enough. Kwangdong Freaks taking a big victory here.
That was pretty massive. I really loved the way they were playing out that composition. And even when it got a little bit dicey, a little bit hairy, at the end of the game against this very scaled Live Sandbox composition.
Do you want me to vote for you?
I should vote for myself.
Okay, well that's okay.
I'm gonna do it now.
That is no problem at all.
And I'm voting for support.
Oh, I love that actually. Maybe I should have done it as well.
It's okay.
I went for Costco, but I'm horribly biased.
It was one of the two, right?
It really was. Yeah, that was between those two. Because Andil is a player that also came in. Minute, of course, was with his roster up until the last split. Came in. It wasn't like the bot lane. Yeah, it's actually super funny.
I saw that happen and my brain just went blank. I'm like, wait, what? What happened? Why did you do that? And we didn't even flip the Elder.
Didn't even flip the Elder. How did Ilma do the most damage in the game?
AP Gragas, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, just go AP Gragas, do a bajillion damage, engage onto everybody, just cast them in the late game so nobody has any health bars. You can be flexed into 3 different lanes. Yeah, it's all Faker's fault.
It's all Faker's fault.
All from
because
the Camel
he picked.
He did it.
Mid lane Gragas once. Once.
Yeah, that's it. And then all of a sudden, here we are.
As Goldgraph showing kind of the story of this game. Around 20 minutes is when the team fighting power for Kwangdong really kicked in, and when their composition advantage was tough for Sandbox to deal with. In Sandbox, you really need like crazy Vi angles. We've seen Willer and Croco both do this for the main Sandbox team, and they were just not able to find those, unfortunately. not going to be the case.
Well, this was a very fun game.
This was a perfect Challenger series. Yeah. The only thing we didn't get was an Elder Flip, but you can't get everything that you want.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Maybe in the next one, you know?
Could be the case.
Could happen. Yes, be like Gragas. Eat your bark every day. Cinnamon with every meal.
There's a lot of bark. Yeah. So we eat and use a lot of mold as well.
Yeah.
Fungi,
Any blue
penicillin.
cheese
Blue
enjoyers?
cheese, yeah, that's a big one. That's the beauty of
Ban Gragas. This
human
guy's
cuisine.
got it. He's like, oh, okay, I figured it out.
Just ban Gragas.
Ban Gragas. Oh.
Yeah. Who would win, a 9-foot tall immortal crocodile general or one?
One Brunk boy.
As Ando gets it.
Nice.
Where is
Oh,
my
he didn't even have a
CC
CC score. He's a support Rakan. Where's his CC score? We have been denied a very important CC score. It's okay, his vision score was very high, which is actually important for their comp, right?
Yeah, I went with Ilma both games because I'm a shameless Ilma fan, but I really liked Ando's play, and I think he deserves the shout out. Rakan is a type of support that in lane can definitely be punished, but as we have seen, like punishes in lane and challengers matters so little because of the inability to either execute on dives, execute on map pressure, actually utilize that well, as they're going to go to an interview, but not us. We are here for the Casters in Chat Community Corner.
Casters in Chat Community
Corner. You can
Corner.
ask us anything.
Yeah, I wonder.
Grass
we really destroyed the chat because now the only thing they're talking about is grass.
And bark.
Everyone. And
yes.
bark, yes. How much grass would a grass boy kick? A grass boy could kick grass. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to ask.
So we reached the conclusion that it's normal. You know, plants are also just that's what you eat. That's normal. That's not weird at all, and that's okay.
It's
bark as well.
There
you
are
just
some
eat bark
things
all the
like
time.
as I get older, which is like, why do we do this as a species? You know,
because it tastes
why
good
is
and is healthy.
I'm not even talking about food, but just like things that you would consider everyday normal. I don't have an example right now, but I'm just like, why do we do this? It's weird.
Yeah, it's the beauty. It's the human experience.
How did we decide that eating bark was
well? It's through thousands of years of human civilization. What do you think? You know what honey is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. So at some point, a human, like a couple of thousand years ago, was like, huh, that looks good. Try eating that. And then everything was okay.
Yeah, I would imagine in that case, like the beehive falls down on the ground and then the bees kind of leave and then there's just honey and he's like, what is this thing?
And then he tries it. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Man, we were so dumb back then.
Well,
just
you can
trying
argue
random things on the ground.
Yeah, and now we tried the same
so
things.
much better nowadays.
Which is why every draft is the same. So we have learned from the entire human experience that Terry Lulu Shinami is the way.
Think about milk. No, thank you.
Is this a science class stream? Well, I wouldn't call it science. It's just the basics of food and cooking, right? There's a simple beauty in it.
Yeah. I think
cinnamon became a thing. Yeah, cinnamon licorice as well. It's also derived from... so in Dutch it's called sweetwood bark, which I don't know if it will have the same translation in English. Probably not.
Hey, Glide from YouTube chat, I will get you banned. It'll happen in the break, don't worry. Got him!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good ban.
Yeah, that's just a classic straight off the bat. Like, we just get them banned.
Ban.
Don't worry, you guys in Twitch chat are fine. You're all
yeah, don't you worry. Which cake
no need for the
did you eat at a cafe yesterday? So I had a mango cheesecake and a black lemon blueberry cake.
Yeah, black lemon.
It's had
blackberry.
No,
lemon cake.
I'm 90% sure that it said black tea because there was black in it. I checked the thingy.
Maybe.
That's what I remember, at least.
Maybe. We're gonna go back eventually.
And then you guys had a strawberry one?
Yeah, we also had like a strawberry tart. It was very nice.
Oh,
very just classic strawberry tart.
Is honey a fruit? No, honey is a byproduct of bees. Which, if you want to know what, then you can look it up. There's a ton of documentaries about it. It's very cool. We are in the clouds. We are. We're in the cloud. We're not real. We're AI. We don't really exist.
There goes my hand. It's
we
gone.
are not. We are not real people sitting here in a studio in Seoul. We are a recording from 2025 in the future. Yeah. Have you guys tried? I've tried squid ink pasta. Yeah, which not really for
It
me.
basically doesn't taste like anything.
But no, exactly. I appreciate it.
As a former cook
AI
chef,
casters,
Valdez, I get the love for grass.
Yeah.
AI casters, yeah. I was programmed about 25 years ago. That's why
Yeah,
I'm pretty out of date.
Yeah, doesn't really keep up. You know, you also have different firmware settings. You have you're an American made.
Yeah, we got patched along the way, but you know, you can only
Well,
patch
ever
it
since
so
you moved,
long
ever
before
since you
need-
moved to Korea, like you can't patch on the Korean patch. Doesn't work.
Yeah, not really.
It's not
No,
compatible.
yeah, I think we need Valdez too.
Valdez 2.0. It's a new.
Every cool game has
It's
a
a
number 2.
new Valdez experience.
Win League of Legends 2.
Never.
Never. Okay.
Where do you stand on gelato? It's delicious. It's
Yeah,
great.
It's great. Pineapple on pizza, yes, because sweet and salty goes well together.
What did you think of Gen.G buying Reckless in 2025? Bold move. But, you know, after winning Worlds with Pace in 2024 and him immediately leaving to go and win the LPL, well, that's do something.
Let's rank the tastiest champions. I
No,
remember.
not doing that. Not happening. Nope,
No,
absolutely not.
They're not making that kind of joke. They're making a joke about you liking
No, I know.
grass.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Not happening.
Okay. All right.
Enjoy grass even. This just makes me sad for because I know most people are trolling, but if you haven't, herbs are great. Like
Yeah,
parsley,
make sure to
dill, chives, cilantro, rosemary,
Sure.
thyme, bay leaves. I guess it's not really a herb, but it
I
comes
only
close.
had an issue with the big piece of grass-looking rosemary
But
that was
then-
on my
No, but I'm
dessert cake.
I'm not making fun of you, Valdez.
Mhm.
I'm not making fun of, and even you after just eating the cilantro, like, I guess it does make sense. Yeah, it's really interesting.
You're just making up words now. Yeah, that's
We
our
are.
job, actually. Just make up as many words as possible.
Trust the Dutch to love herbs. I mean, we just steal most of our good cuisine from the south of Europe, so that's not really. We don't really Dutch. You know what Dutch food is? It's potato, and mash a vegetable into your potato with milk, and then some bacon strippies, and then a sausage. That's Dutch food.
A sausage.
Yeah, it's like pork sausage usually. That's it. That's Dutch food. Maybe some gravy.
Okay.
That's it. That's the whole.
Somebody
that's
asked
Dutch.
you something in Dutch.
Goedendag, ik spreek een beetje. Oh, that's cute. They speak a little bit of Dutch. Adorable.
That is cute.
Good for you.
Me too. Dankjewel.
Bacon strippies. Yeah, like small bacon, just bacon bits. You know. So what you do is you.
So it's not a strip.
No. It's like the tiny like lardons. I think they're called.
Is that a French word?
Yes. It's like tiny, like it's as if you would dice
Bacon
it,
bits.
like tiny
Yeah.
dice, but then instead of dice, it's like little strips.
Oh.
But like this big, this tiny.
Okay.
And then you just fry those up, and then you put those into your stomp pot is what it calls. So it's like a mash, and then you turn whatever is left in the pot into gravy. You know, turn the bacon fat into gravy, and then you put that on top. And it's it's nothing crazy, but it's good. Yeah.
Apparently,
That's the job done.
potato came from South America. I didn't know that. Today I
Yeah.
learned.
Oh yeah, tomato as well. Tomato actually was not in any cuisine
Wow.
until like the 60s. So like every day, like
That's weird.
Italy or yeah, no, it's crazy. Every dish that uses tomato didn't use it before. Like it's culinary history is really interesting.
So for Valdez's birthday, do we just get a cake made of dirty twigs and
Yes.
leaves?
That's the
no,
only
that's the
takeaway.
opposite of what I enjoy.
How did they eat pasta? I mean, there's a ton of pasta recipes without tomato. Carbonara, but only with cooked eggs.
Only cooked eggs, yeah.
Well, you can understand basic Afrikaans, yeah, because
Ramessi.
there is a lot of overlap.
Ramessi for me, that's my favorite.
Smart. Good call. Safe bet. Tomatoes. Yeah, exactly. Well, tomatoes are actually, if I remember correctly, are actually part of the nightshade family, and nightshade is notoriously poisonous. But they're not, because tomatoes are
pre-scrambled straight from the fridge eggs. Exactly. None of these uncooked eggs from the fridge.
No, can't do that. No uncooked eggs for Feldas. No uncooked eggs with mayonnaise. No uncooked eggs with carbonara. No, sir.
No, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I like my eggs like I like my cereal, straight from the box at 2 a.m. You ever just chug an egg at 2 a.m.? You feeling hungry?
Chug an egg? No,
Yeah.
I could turn an egg into a boiled egg
I mean,
or a
it seems like
poached
you're
egg.
pretty okay with raw eggs, so
When they're turned into an emulsion, yes.
that's just a fancy word to say raw egg.
I mean, I guess.
What are your thoughts on the new champion, Milio?
Looks really fun. I actually like that they take a different approach. I think Enchanters can be very cool, and I think his design looks adorable. I'll definitely try and play him for a bit. Might be busted, but we never know, because we thought that Akshan was good. Remember when Akshan was released and everyone's like, he's going to be so busted in pro because of his W, and then
Yeah, nah.
he wasn't ever played. He's actually, Photon loves him. He's played like 2 or 3 games of it over like the course of challengers. But it's just like worse Quinn, so it doesn't really do that much. It's very unfortunate. What happened to the Elder Flips? Games right now are too snowbally. Like the game has really kind of devolved back into what it was during like 2021, like early 2022 before the durability patch.
Yeah.
Where it's just like C champion, you pick Vi or Sejuani, and then a follow-up engage, and then you just 100-0 them.
Yeah.
Which is not great.
You just own them.
Yep.
And that was the way of the world.
Yeah, but yeah.
Do you think Azir will drop out from pro play after the changes in 13.5?
I know they're really trying to. I know they're really, really giving it a go, and I hope it will. I'm kind of done with Azir. He's been like so incredibly resilient to ever not being good, and he just does everything. He's like good early, and then he skills really well, and he's really good team fighting. So it's just, you know, maybe a champ shouldn't be able to do everything all of the time.
BDD did 100 games of Azir, so we should just get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had enough.
I can't believe I haven't seen Challengers. This stream is pure comedy and chaos. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's comedy, chaos, and friendliness. It's the ingredients.
Okay, guys, we're done. We're going to go finish off the rest of our dinner, and we'll be back for the second series. Don't go anywhere. Goodbye.
포탑이 파괴되었습니다.